Hey guys, I'll make this quick because I don't want to lengthen the episode too much, but we had a little software issue. We were recording a bunch of episodes in a small batch of time, and there was some kind of software issue I didn't hear when setting the levels. So sometimes people peak out a little bit. The sound gets a little distorted. It's really messed up, and it kind of sucks. And I did as much as I could to fix it, but it will only be for a few episodes. Thank you for sticking with us and for, toughing it out with us here. I mean, it's all, we're just a little independent thing. I'm doing this all in my living room on a laptop. So thank you for understanding, and hopefully it still sounds good for you. Enjoy the episode. Hey guys, I don't want to sound needy here.
I'm needy.
But we have a Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople.
Mm-hmm.
And it only costs $3 a month.
$3 a month is nothing.
And I know times are hard right now.
Real hard for me.
Inflation's up.
Oh.
You can't afford your groceries.
Can't eat.
But you can afford $3 a month if you love us.
Give us $3.
Super love us.
Please
Yeah.
love us.
We're not begging.
I'm begging.
We're not pleading.
I'm pleading.
We're not down on our knees.
Oh boy,
I mean-
my knees hurt. They've been on so long.
But we do kind of need the money.
I need the money bad.
We need new equipment.
New equipment. We need to do remote podcasts for all of you.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need to have video.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need more drinks.
Food sounds good.
So please check out patreon.com/worstpeople.
Please check us out.
You get a bonus episode every month, and we're going to have more content coming for you.
I'll send you pictures.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Please give me more.
Patreon.com/worstpeople.
I'm being held hostage here. If I don't pay my way out of here, they're going to kill me.
This week we're discussing the original Friday the 13th. I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm Jack.
I'm Zip.
And we ain't going to stand for no weirdness out here.
Drink on, motherfucker.
Bad movies, worst people.
Yeah. I'm starting to forget how to do this podcast.
I mean, we're not supposed to get better at this, are we?
We just had our second anniversary. I mean, we haven't had a lot of practice.
This is past our 100th episode.
This is our 118th episode. I haven't practiced much.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, boy.
Because we basically have not taken a week off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we always post.
Technically, this month is our season break between season 2 and 3, so we're only making a few new episodes.
Still releasing.
But yes, we are discussing the original Friday the 13th from 1980. Jack, you'll get a kick out of this. May 9th, 1980.
Like, why are we doing May?
Exactly.
Like, why is this not in October?
It should be.
It
in
was
October.
delayed because of I had to make edits for NC-17 or X rating
Sure.
stuff, whatever. But still, Jack we talked about it with
Resurrection?
part 5 came out in like March, and then Halloween Resurrection came out in like June or July.
Resurrection was March because I was like, oh, because it's
Halloween
Easter.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
No, that was in the middle of the summer.
No, it was July because I
Yeah.
had all kinds of jokes
because it was your
about it.
birthday. That's right.
Yeah. You know, all the other October movies they do, like Christmas Vacation,
Yeah.
Leprechaun, Born the 4th of July.
But yeah, so it did come out in May. Why not? And for those who want to watch the movie, if you haven't seen it, before we talk about it, it's available right now on Paramount Plus in 4K because they just did a 4K restoration, which is not what I have. But I already own this box set. I can't.
I am legitly shocked.
You're going to
I'm
want the
legitimately
4K.
shocked that you haven't seen it.
Well, I have now.
Well, you have now, of course. But
Well, it's your fault. We're friends, Zip, for
I
20
know.
plus years, and I've never seen any Friday the 13th, except for the ones we've
I
recorded for
think
this
he
show.
just assumed because you were friends you had seen them.
He met me as a wee 19-year-old lass.
Yeah, because you're supposed to wait till you're 19 to watch these.
But yeah, so you can get it on Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, Shudder, or you can rent it on Amazon and Apple for $4 in 4K, or buy it for $10 on 4K. So not too shabby.
Not too shabs.
On both those
You're going to want the
platforms.
4K when it
Yeah, you
comes to Kevin
Bacon's
tight
dick.
little. So I was gonna be a little more clean, but yeah, it's Kevin Bacon's dick. Let's get
We're
to it.
known
Let's
for
get
being
right
a
to
clean
it. I was
podcast.
trying to keep it F for family.
He was bringing home the bacon.
He is bringing home the bacon.
He is bringing
I mean,
home
he's
that
high
bacon.
on. I'm high on that hog.
He's got a slab of pork belly. Just
There's one part where I'm sorry, I'm totally like jumping in really quick because he's
We've
in a
never done
speedo and you can't really tell because it's just head on.
Uh-huh.
But there's one part where
Head
it's,
on is the proper term, dude. It is head on.
where it's the girl sitting on the dock and then just this dick in speedos pops in. You're like, whoa, and then it's like that's Kevin.
It will later be known as the Bowie shot,
Yeah,
but right now we're getting the bacon.
we are getting the bacon. It will forever be known as the Bowie shot.
Mm-hmm.
so
Get it, girl.
we've discussed a couple of these now, and they've all done okay. Like they've all made more than their money back because they're all cheap to make.
Yeah.
Okay,
This
so how
one-
much was this?
This one's by far the most successful.
I
This
know
movie
I know
cost.
the box office is 500,000.
Wait, it cost $550,000.
the
Yeah, it
budget.
cost $550,000 to make. Worldwide, it made $60 million.
What?
Wow. No
That's
wonder
like
they
a
In the
forced.
70s?
Well, in 1980.
Oh, 80.
Oh, in the 80s. Well,
Filmed in 79, I
The
think
70s?
you Zip had said.
Yep.
I mean, 1980 is the 70s. We all know how that
Oh,
works.
yeah.
I've seen The Fog. I've seen Adrienne Barbeau's hair.
I've seen this movie.
But that's like almost 110 times.
So no wonder they were like,
Yeah.
yeah, you're making a fucking second one, dude.
Yeah.
You made a lot of money for us. We actually thought we were gonna barely break even.
Well, and basically everyone involved, Sean S. Cunningham, Victor Miller, I think is the writer's name. I have it here when we get there. But they were like, why are we doing another one where the kid is the killer? That's not how it works. That wasn't the point.
Yeah.
And people were like, yeah, well,
Make it work. Make it the point.
because spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it, I told you to go watch it. So it's
Yeah,
your problem.
it's true. It's your fault now.
This
fucked
is
at this
this
point.
is the first of two where Jason is not the killer. We talked about the other one already
Uh-huh.
with Roy.
fucking Roy.
Fucking
I didn't say
Roy.
Doug this time. so.
Fucking Roy.
But yes, this is directed by Sean S. Cunningham, who didn't direct a whole lot. He's been producing these movies for 40
You
years
find
now.
a
so-
niche. You find a comfortable spot to live in.
But he did direct Deep Star 6, which we'll be talking about sometime soon. He
Swim Timber.
directed a movie called Terminal Invasion, which I haven't seen, but I've been wanting to watch because it's an alien movie starring Bruce Campbell. And that's all I know about it.
Okay.
Well,
Sean
it's-
S. Cunningham
It's
made
got
it.
a tooks in me.
Yeah.
You've got me cucked.
Groovy.
And then like the only other thing I noticed, which like I said, I think there was like 5 things in his credits, was a horror anthology he did called Trapped Ashes that he was part of. It was a bunch of 4 different directors.
Okay.
I think Joe Dante's
So-
in there.
We've said this on prior episodes, but Zip, Zoe was actually fortunate enough to not have been spoiled on the
Oh, the reveal of the killer.
reveal. Yeah. So
Yeah.
the whole time she was watching with Derek, her first time watching it, she's like, "Is that Jason? Is that that's Jason right there, isn't it?" I could see who who the red herring was, purely
Yeah.
because of the Jeep.
Well, I mean, at the end, you could be like, "That's Jason."
Yeah.
There
Well, because
he is.
she kept asking me.
It
so
said
which one
Mrs.
of these-
Voorhees. We don't know what the Mrs. is short for. Could
Ah.
be short for
We
Jason.
do. We do.
I know that's not how that works.
Pamela. We don't find that out until like part 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's Pamela. It's just Mrs. Voorhees in this movie. though.
Surprise, surprise. I know nothing of like the lore of this. I found out he has tunnels. He's got some worm
No.
from
That's
Heck.
all. That's all
No,
reboots.
that's
Well,
all
the
reboot,
worm
yeah.
from Heck is not reboot, but
Okay.
the tunnels and the weed farming.
But the
is
Heck
from
worm.
the reboot. Yeah.
Is there any lore that you want to enlighten us on, Mr. Horror? This is our horror expert. Our horror expert. Any lore on this movie, like on the anthology of Friday the 13th?
The thing with these movies is that the anthology, all these slasher things, or
It's a
the
slasher
lore
Yeah, the lore is
is questionable.
teenagers die.
Nothing else matters.
Like if you go through all of them, Halloween, this, Nightmare on Elm Street, movie by movie, it's like, well, you remember that thing, but no.
I think I asked you about Friday the 13th. Well, I asked you about the lore on one of them, and he's like, it does not fucking matter because the next movie's not going to follow it, so you shouldn't either.
Oh yeah, that was when we talked about part 5 because it was like the whole Tommy might be the killer thing, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, they just get rid of that. That's why part 6 is called Jason Lives, which
I'm
I
a-
haven't seen.
Oh
But I'm
my
a
God,
lore
that's
guy.
my
I like a
favorite.
good world
Yeah.
building.
That is my favorite Jason movie or Friday the 13th movie.
Which
is
one
Which
is?
one?
Part 6.
Jason Lives,
Jason
part
Lives.
6.
Okay, so we
Okay.
haven't gotten there.
That's one I haven't seen. Also, I'm pretty sure.
Amazing. It
Well-
follows Tommy Jarvis's story as well.
Oh,
So
does it
he's-
still?
yeah.
Okay.
After we record, we're gonna have you stick your hand in a bag and pick
Whoop. Sit.
Well,
Huh?
if it's 6, I expect to have
Pick a
an
what?
invitation.
he's gonna.
Oh
stick-
yeah. Invitation for 6 extended.
That's
Well,
that's my favorite.
I
one.
think you should just come for all the Fridays the 13th.
I mean, we do
Well, that's not
we
up
do
to
these
me.
every Friday the 13th, and I think in 2025 there's only one.
That's a bummer.
So
lame.
We've got enough movies to get us through the
29.
rest of the decade.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah.
as I'm saying, just be on them all.
Wait, so then this is also written by Victor Miller, as I said earlier, and I was right. Who he had
Way to
a
pat yourself on the back.
I was
Told
proud, I was
ya.
proud I remembered something. I'm proud I remembered something I looked up about 2 hours ago.
So I was right.
He had a quote that I read though. He's like, I was really hot for about a minute and a half after this movie. Like people wanted him to write stuff. He didn't really do much else, but he started writing daytime soap operas and spent the rest of his life doing that.
Good, because I thought you meant that he was like physically hot. Like I had
consistent
worked
money.
so hard finishing this script. I had a fever.
No,
I
he-
was red
I thought it
he
was
wrote
like
the
women
script.
wanted to fuck him.
He wrote the script in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, that'll get you hot.
That'll get you a fever.
You've got to work fast in that 2 weeks.
Yeah, he was like the head writer or
Takes
co-head writer
cocaine.
on like Another
Lots of
World, Guiding Light, and All My Children. So
Okay.
that's what he spent his
See, but
life
that was
doing.
steady work.
Yeah.
That was
That's
a
a
dependable
paycheck.
paycheck.
The thing I read said that he started doing that and he really enjoyed it. So hey, good for him.
I mean, because you're probably just, I don't know, having a fucking box of wine and writing slapstick and
Wait,
then call it
How
soap
many?
opera.
How many other people
Hank!
have gotten there?
Hank, whose twin didn't come back this season? All right, I'm gonna write that one.
Hank's twin is the doctor. He slaps Martha.
All right, who doesn't have a secret kid? They're getting a secret kid this season.
Guess who's getting a secret kid this season? Ooh, evil twin brother.
I think that horror movies in general kind of get people's foot in the door. Either that, or it gets them cast out.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
middle ground.
Yeah.
Like there's Johnny Depp's, and then there's people you've never heard of. You
Well,
know?
and
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon.
Yeah,
Kevin
Johnny
Bacon,
Depp, Kevin
and people
Bacon.
we've never heard of.
Or
Jason
yeah,
Alexander.
Or let me think of a name I can't think
Alfonso
of.
Ribera from Ticks.
Oh, we just did that
Yeah, we
one.
just- yeah.
I know.
Oh,
Really
how
got
was
his
it where
foot in the door.
husband and I did not fall asleep on you guys?
It was all right. It was okay. Like I started to get used to this ambient sounds of snoring,
Yeah.
and now I'm addicted.
They kind of added to that last movie. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest.
it really sold how boring it was when you're
It's like, oh
co-host
shit,
is
this shit
sleeping.
has good surround sound. Oh no. This is
Martha,
heart
let's go to
breathing.
bed. It's like they're right next to us.
We're talking about the sound, so that makes me transition right into the guy who did the music for this, which this movie is cool. I love this movie, but like with the end when the final girl is fighting Mrs. Voorhees and stuff, I'm watching it going, this is some sub-stage fight stuff going on. Like,
Oh
this
my
is
god,
not
the
good.
fighting was terrible.
But that music just makes you go like, you know what, this fight's pretty good.
I
The choreography was shit, but yeah.
Yeah, they're just rolling in the dirt.
I had commented on the music right away. I was like, I know
Yeah.
it's not John Carpenter, but it's fucking ripping.
It's this guy Harry Manfredini,
Okay.
who
Harry
did
Manfred.
music for the whole
Harry
this
Man.
whole series pretty much. And I don't think the reboot, but all the ones that count. He also did music on Swamp Thing, the entire House series, Deep Star 6.
Oh,
And then the series that came up as I was looking through his credits, it kept coming up, and so I had to go back and figure out
Beauty and the Beast.
what this was. So there was a bunch of movies called 1313 : and then something else.
Okay.
And I was almost sure that they were softcore porn,
Ooh.
and they might be, but
What are their names?
a
I'll let
lot
you
of them
know.
are rated TV 14,
Oh.
so I don't think they are.
No.
But it's a whole series of movies, 1313, and they're basically like genre, like exploitation type movies, but for like young adult audiences.
for 13-year-olds?
So there's like
14,
there's
dude.
one called Actor/Model, and the guy's holding a knife. Get it?
Oh, I do.
1313 Giant Killer Bees. 1313 Haunted
Wu-Tang.
Frat.
Giant killer bees on the
Wu-Tang.
swarm.
On the Swarm.
It's got RZA in the fucking background.
Bigfoot Island, Bermuda Triangle, Hercules Unbound. So like this guy's just been doing music for softcore teenage porn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every one of those movies, by the way, the reason I thought it was softcore, let me just show you guys.
Oh, what years did they come out?
This is
'Cause I
what
may
the
have seen
cover
them.
of every one of them looks like.
Oh Jesus Christ!
It's just a bunch of like smooth, shirtless
Thirst
men.
traps.
Yeah. I think I have seen that.
I bet you have. Probably recently.
It was on Showtime
No,
late at
probably
night.
in my 19s.
You like that YA shit.
I do love the YA shit, but not like
Smutty,
thirsty.
not smutty YA.
No.
because that shouldn't exist.
No, she just likes it when people are having sex with sparkly vampires.
Well, I mean,
Or just vampires, period.
Yeah.
don't.
I like
shame.
vampires and werewolves. babe.
Vampires like periods. So that was
Exactly.
Oh. Man,
They've
the,
all got their red
the
wings.
person that's so happy to go down when you're on your period. Oh God.
I've done it. It's not bad.
And
No,
then,
I do not mind.
Let me suck your blood, not from there. Hold on.
and they need it from inside the body. It loses all of its magical
fresher.
powers. And then of course I have to mention the special makeup effects in this also because they're great. But Tom Savini,
Tom Savini.
Golf
the
clap?
fucking master.
Golf clap.
I
The
mean,
Godfather of gore.
Yes.
Dawn of
Saturn.
the Dead, Day of the Dead, Maniac, The Burning,
Or-
Texas Chainsaw 2.
Or
Yes.
Dust Till Dawn, he played Sex Machine.
The Prowler.
Yes, he is Sex Machine. He did The Prowler, Creep Show, of course.
Yep.
That's a big one. And actually, that movie Trauma we just watched, the Dario Argento one, that was Tom Savini also.
Yeah. I
Maniac.
remember you
Have
saying
seen
that.
Maniac?
Yeah, I think I said Maniac.
Did
Maybe
you
I
say
didn't.
Maniac?
I don't know.
I don't listen.
I don't
to
know.
I
it.
You
wasn't
tell
paying
us.
attention.
I don't,
Neither was
this is
I.
the part where I don't listen.
It's gonna be
I'm
a rough episode if no one listens to Derek. Just like put you in on that.
Especially if I'm not listening.
What did I say? I don't know.
Fix it in post.
But this movie does belong in Bad Movies, Worst People. Not that I'm ever worried about justifying it,
No.
but only because it was nominated in 1980 for the Razzies for Worst Film of the Year.
How?
And it
I
made
don't know.
60.
I mean,
it
I
made
do.
$60 million. Now,
You would-
that doesn't mean anything because Transformers movies make a lot of money.
True.
Chaos.
Fast and Furious makes bank.
Yeah.
Right? They're still crapping those things
Oh,
out, aren't
yeah,
they?
just-
There's
like
at
an
least 1 to 2
assembly line.
left.
Well, okay, hold on. He has said he's doing one more.
Well, as long as it's family.
Family. I think he's going to be like the fucking
Family.
Eagles farewell tours.
Yeah.
Like, well, I
Or
need
Kiss.
more money.
He
Kiss-
started
Kiss,
out.
Kiss has
dude.
done it. They've done like 17.
They're
farewell
still
tours.
writing lines for the guy that's dead.
He started out doing he was
There's
the,
a Kiss
the
member
fast,
that's dead.
No, Fast and Furious, Paul
Oh.
Walker.
the Fast Triple X thing started out, or Fast X, not Triple X. Started out, that's a different Vin
That's
Diesel
a
movie.
different Vin.
Started out, it was supposed to be a trilogy, and now he's saying 2. But that's where I got Fast Triple X from, because in my head I was like, it's gonna be Fast X, and then Fast
XX.
XX, and then Fast Triple X, and he's playing 2 characters like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Fast Triple X is going to be just Vin Diesel, old as shit, on a tractor with 3 X's on a jug, just drinking it. I remember when I used to race with my
No, he's playing Dom Toretto and
And the-
Xander Cage or whatever.
Yeah,
his name
whatever
is
his
in
name
those
is from
movies.
Triple X.
Xander something. Is it
Yeah, that
Cage?
sounds right.
Might be Cage.
I think it's Gage.
I don't care enough to know.
Neither do I.
It's my stepson's middle name.
I didn't even know he did another one where he came back.
After Ice Cube?
Yeah,
News to me.
yeah, I found
What?
that out recently.
Huh.
Because they did the second Triple X with Ice Cube,
Did they?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did.
That's news to me.
and then there was a third one, and apparently Vin Diesel came back.
Good thing I'm not on a movie podcast.
It's nice to need money.
You know what? You'll learn because this is a bad movie podcast. We'll
we
get
are
there.
friends of Vin Diesel. We are friends Diesel.
Are you gonna do pacifier for
No.
Shitbird Month next year?
Oh, I love myself. I don't. I'm sorry.
I think I know who I'm talking to. Your Honor,
Oh, pardon me, Your Honor.
I need some Jay Wideneck here, Esquire.
Jay Whiteneck Esquire here. The client, in fact, does not love himself. Previous episodes would dictate so.
I'll rest my case.
I'll rest my face.
All right, are we gonna
So
get in
this
it?
this movie has got a plot. It's not really important though. It's just a way to deliver us to the next kill, right?
The
mean,
plot is
They're
it opens
opening
with
up-
the worst summer camp I've ever fucking not wanted to go to.
The river of Jordan is deep. I don't know
It's
the
deep and
melody
wide.
went.
No, keep going.
The
You're-
river of Jordan is deep
no,
and
no,
wide.
keep singing it.
The river of Jordan is deep and wide. Hallelujah. Fucking. I'm going to have to get rid of all that.
No, that's
Milk
fine.
and honey on the
No,
other
Candy was
side.
backing you up, dude. She was bringing that
we
fucking
talking?
That's what
chorus
happens
like
when I
you
start
wouldn't
singing.
believe.
It's like that trope of someone singing and the dog howling. But it's 1958, Camp Crystal Lake. They're singing this shit ass song. And then
Dude, it's fucking. I have a lot of religious family. This is the worst of all of it.
Yeah,
It's just
I don't
sitting
have
there
religious
going
family.
camping,
wearing
singing.
matching shirts.
Somebody has a fucking guitar.
Somebody's got an acoustic guitar.
Acoustic fucking
You
guitar.
know Uncle Bill is just gonna bust out that acoustic guitar and not let you not sing.
It's my mom.
Uncle
my
Lloyd's
mom's the
gonna
one
have
that's
his-
like,
Uncle Lloyd's gonna have his cutoff jeans so short the pockets are hanging out.
Oh, that is not a good look
Just
on you,
dangling
son.
out the
You know
bottom.
how short I'm talking.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah.
see his nuts?
Oh, I saw it.
Did you see that guy's balls? Yeah, they were weird.
Sir, I can clearly see your nuts.
But we have these two characters, Barry and Claudette, who go off to fuck as teenagers do.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I called it too. Like they're sitting there, and I've not seen this movie, and I'm sitting next to Zip, and I'm like, he's gonna die. And Zip's like, yep, right now.
In
Right,
3,
this-
2, 1.
Pretty much.
And this guy, it's fun because I read it. He was a PA on the show, even though the thing I read said or on the movie. He was a PA on this movie, production assistant, but he spent most of his time helping with like behind the camera because they had no money. So they're like, hey, production assistant, come over here and pull focus too.
Hire some
You
non-unions.
just got a new job.
What else
Yeah, I've
can
been
you
there.
do?
Like,
I know how that
Are you
goes.
good with a backhoe?
Do you want to make out with this chick in front of the camera? Maybe fill her up a bit? Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
Gotta rub your dick on her.
Okay. I'll rub my dick on her.
Already did.
You know how to have sex, right?
I look forward to it.
I'm not made of stone.
I'm not in a stove, not all of me. Ooh.
But yeah, they get killed by point of view killer, very Giallo style.
Super
through most
Giallo.
Of this
It's got to
movie.
be Jason, right? I mean, we're talking Friday the 13th.
Well,
Right?
obviously.
Oh.
That was the things that, by the way, we were watching this because Zoe lives in a world where everybody knows who Jason is.
Right.
So she's just like Jason, Friday the
Yeah.
13th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
that's what it should be.
I was just like, I
Iconic
was just
hockey
glad.
mask.
Yeah,
springs
exactly.
to
Which
mind.
Zip had dropped on me. It's the third one for the hockey
The
mask.
third
and
one.
The second one is a sack with a
Yeah,
circle
he's
cut.
got
I
a burlap
vaguely
sack.
remember. I think you did have that one on one time when I was hanging out with you because I vaguely remember the sack on Jason,
Oh, okay. With the burlap sack with the one eye hole.
I mean,
the
that's-
one eye hole.
That actually is kind of
Yeah.
a more terrifying look, honestly.
Oh,
Oh,
super.
yeah.
That's why
But I mean-
in The Dark Knight it worked for the Scarecrow or
Oh,
whatever
yeah.
the fuck his
Yeah.
name was.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
They struck gold when they put that hockey mask on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the
That
thing. The
became-
hockey mask is you can sell
Well, the
that.
burlap sack
again,
is
if we're
more-
remaking it, like if you're doing it today, first of all, give me the most gore you can. Like make it NC-17. We'll go see it. Put the burlap sack on. It's lo-fi. It's terrifying. It's different than the hockey mask. The
Yeah.
hockey mask. I'm gonna say I don't want to use words played out, but
It's
it's like
iconic.
we
so-
need something else real quick though.
Yeah, we do.
And then go bring the hockey mask back.
Yep.
Hockey
You want to
Mac
try
back.
that again?
Hockey mac back. I don't want to try it again. Bring the
But
hockey mac
have
back.
Have you seen pictures like the old pictures from the 30s and 40s of Halloween
Of
costumes?
Halloween. It's terrifying.
Burlap sack on the head.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Well, I
And I'm
think that
just
was the
like-
big.
But that's
thing,
the
though.
only one we see it in is the second Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
We
Isn't
don't
it
see
also
it
in
again.
Pumpkinhead?
What?
No, Pumpkinhead is like a big
Pumpkinhead.
monster.
It's a big
like
demonic
monster
looking-
alien
yeah.
looking thing.
Okay.
Keep away from Pumpkinhead unless you're tired of living.
That's also
His
that's Lance
enemies are
Henriksen.
mostly dead. He's cold and unforgiving.
That was
I love
my
it.
that was my introduction to Lance Henriksen.
Oh,
Knowing
okay.
who he was, I'm sure I think I'd seen Aliens.
You
before
never seen
that.
Aliens?
The
I was going
only-
to say you've never seen Aliens.
Well, but
That's
I
where
mean,
I
I
was
saw
gonna go.
Pumpkinhead when I was like probably like 14, and so I'd probably seen Aliens, but I didn't. Pumpkinhead was where I was like, "Who's this guy?"
The only
I
thing I
like
remember.
this terrifying guy.
It's the only thing I remember is a little boy like standing at a bus stop or something with Coke bottle glasses.
Uh-huh.
That's
Oh, yeah. And he gets run over by motorcycles.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if they can do the burlap sack thing anymore. Isn't that like the trick or treat guy now?
Oh, yeah.
Who's
the-
Trick or-
the
what?
Trick or treat. I never saw the movie, but
yeah,
I've seen
Sam.
the poster.
But he
Little
started it.
Sam.
Yeah, I know.
But-
anyway, so then we cut
Back
to.
to Lance Hendrickson for 1 minute,
Oh, yeah.
if I can. Have you ever seen Stone Cold?
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
we did an episode on Stone Cold.
Stone Cold is the best movie that
Okay.
most people haven't heard of.
Exactly.
That is such an absolute thrill ride of a movie. Like it is from top to bottom.
It's fucking amazing.
And it proves how awesome Lance Henriksen is because he just made up all his dialogue because the writer was like, I don't feel like writing.
And I mean, he's accompanied by a beautiful William Forsythe. I
Yeah.
mean,
Dude, those two together.
I'll skin you alive with a knife dipped in shit. Okay. Wow.
I'm going to improvise my lines. That's what you came up with? Skin you alive with a knife dipped in shit?
That's off the top of your head. Oh,
You know what?
man.
I don't know if I'm going to go out with beers with Lance after this.
Hey, you want to join for a beer? God, no. I'm going, but I'm bringing my holy water.
This one's extra fizzy. Just ignore the thing in the bottom.
right? It's murky.
He doesn't have to
The tap
fucking.
was murky.
He doesn't have to root for you. He's gonna talk to you.
That's just to kill people.
He's gonna
though.
hypnotize you.
But yeah, so then we cut to present day. It's June, Friday the 13th, June. They don't say the year, but the year 1980, June was a Friday the 13th. So
checks out.
yeah, it works. And we have this girl, Annie, played by someone named Robbie Morgan. So I looked up all these actors.
She's
I was like,
cute.
someone acted
Yeah.
in something besides Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
Almost all of them quit acting by the year 1989.
And that goes with Zip's earlier theory. You either
You either-
make it or it just fucking knocks you right out of this industry.
Well, who said the thing about Alice like being stalked and
I told you that.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was.
The girl Alice, who's like the star, she's the final girl. Spoilers. Should have watched it.
It's been out since 1980. If you haven't watched it by now, it deserves to be spoiled.
She was supposed to be like a
yeah,
Lori.
no, there's
like,
a statute of limitations, and you're
Okay.
well past it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
they were going for like a Laurie Strode thing with her. She was supposed to be coming back every time.
Sure.
But after the first one, she was stalked by a huge Friday the 13th fan. She quit acting for like 30 years. She didn't
she
do
was in the
conventions or
second one,
anything.
though.
She wasn't. She said because she knew she was like contractually obligated
For
but-
about 5 minutes.
Yeah, she
in
was
the
like, I
second
want to
one.
be in it as little
How
as
do
possible.
I not get sued?
Right.
She told them, I'll do it, but I just want to be in it as little as possible. Like, I don't want to do this anymore because these people are fucking insane.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it turns out
spoiler
they are.
alert, I guess. I said she's only in it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
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 That one's been out for a while, too. We could talk about them all.
She pulls a Laurie Strode in Halloween Resurrection. She's like, I'll be there.
This script was so beautiful. I only want to be in it for 5 fucking
Could you
minutes.
please throw me off a roof?
You know what would make it better than me being in the whole movie, though? If you killed me, just what if you killed me in the first 5 minutes? I'm just saying, I come in, I do a day of work, I'm off.
No one will
life
see
is
it coming.
good.
Like, I'm seeing into the future a movie called Scream, and there's a girl in the beginning who everybody's expecting to be the
big
final
star,
girl.
big star.
And then bam, we kill her ass, gut her right away.
right away.
But yes,
That was
as Whitney said, this girl is super cute.
She's got these gorgeous eyelashes, and I
She's
get
the most
guys.
attractive girl in the movie.
She is by far the most attractive girl in the movie, and with the naturalness, no makeup, no nothing, just 70s
Come on, what about
attractiveness.
the diner?
Yeah,
the waitress.
now we're talking.
Now we're
dude.
talking.
The diner
Oh,
waitress.
God.
You
She
don't
was
know me
in her
nothing but a night on the
60s, 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, she talks. Nobody ever warned me on the dangers of tobacco smoking.
$2.50 for your cup of coffee and your whole meal, by the way.
2 1/4.
I'm gonna go swig some whiskey in the back.
You can keep the change. Oh,
How come you
thank
don't
you,
call
baby.
anymore? Because every time I call, I don't know if it's you or your husband. What do you mean by that?
But yeah, so Annie is in town. She's looking for a ride. I'm not sure what this girl's story is. So she got a bus to this random town,
Yeah.
She got a Greyhound to the
she
town.
got the job as the counselor.
and then she gets to the town and she's like, "Where's the camp? 20 miles away." What? There's no
Yeah,
the
because
bus.
she got a Greyhound to the town.
yeah,
How all those other kids get there? I know Kevin Bacon has
Drove
a truck,
they
themselves.
drove. Yeah,
but there's 4 other people there. and
They
there's only
came
2
with
cars.
the guy
they
that
came with shirtless Joe,
fucking, yeah,
What's his
Napoleon
fucking name?
Dynamite's
Shirtless
brother.
Steve.
shirtless Steve.
It is Napoleon Dynamite's
He
brother.
is just a sexier, like,
He's Kip.
male, masculine version of him.
It's Kip's dad.
But
yeah, it's
this
Kid's
is
dad.
This is
Right.
also the first of 2 appearances of Crazy Ralph.
Yeah. So, real quick, though, I think that she thought this is like a working camp. So why wouldn't there be a bus for all the children's of the city or the town
Yeah.
to go to? And they're like, no, there's no bus there. There was
Maybe
murders.
I don't
She's
know.
like, huh?
There was a lot of hitchhiking going on in the 70s.
Yeah.
so
Dude,
maybe
she's got
just
a
like,
full
"Yeah,
backpacker's
fuck it, I'll
rig."
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got like a cot and everything.
She
on that
actually
bitch.
wasn't hired. She's just like, I'll probably get the job when I get there.
Maybe.
I can fake it till I make it, I think.
So Ralph is the harbinger, right?
Yeah, he's the Harbinger character, which Jack still hasn't seen Cabin in the Woods. I gotta force him to watch it one of these days.
At this point, it's a.
I'm sure
I just
you've
don't-
seen-
It's a point
Oh,
of
yeah.
pride.
You've
I
seen
just
Cabin in
don't-
the Woods,
Of
right?
I just don't want to now.
It's
that
so good.
You're
that
not selling it.
character in Cabin in the Woods, the Harbinger, who is like your don't go down that road guy.
See, now he's talking my
Oh.
language. South Park. That
You
Rod.
can-
Well, that was Pet
Pet
Sematary.
You get to
Yeah.
see
No, it's
Thor.
South
Is it
Park.
Thor? It's
That
Thor,
one go
right?
down that route.
Yeah,
That makes
Thor
sense.
is in that
You get to
movie.
see Thor get killed.
Huh. Chris
Yeah.
Hemsworth?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's glorious.
Well, because I don't know if you met
It is a
him
good
or
kill.
Vincent D'Onofrio.
No.
He played Thor first.
Oh no.
yeah.
And
Vincent
Adventures in
D'Onofrio is
Babysitting.
he's Kingpin.
No, that's Bill Murray.
Fuck, I forgot. I wasn't talking to my husband. I was talking to my husband's husband.
But But yeah, Crazy Ralph is there, who's the Harbinger character, and he's just like, "Oh,
Would you quit calling me Crazy Ralph? First of all, kind of hurts my feelings.
It's the
got the
70s.
death curse.
We don't care about your feelings. Rub it with some dirt, you're fine.
Take your problems up with Black Tom. He's got issues too.
he's not African American. He just wears dark clothes a lot.
We're still gonna make fun of him.
He's the one goth guy in town, even though that doesn't exist yet.
This is small town New Jersey. We're gonna beat the goth kid's ass.
He's gonna become the drummer for the Cure soon.
He is the
Probably.
Cure. That's not just one guy, huh?
Yeah,
Look like one guy.
the Cure.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's all just Robert
Smith.
I was like,
I don't even like them, and I know that.
I don't like him either.
Am I the only one that likes him?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Tough day for Whitney.
You
know,
know,
Robert
what's
Smith.
that? There's one Cure song I like, but only when Goldfinger does it.
Friday, I'm in love.
Oh, is that a Cure song also?
Yeah.
All right. There's another one they do. Just like
Show me how
Yeah,
you do
there
that
go.
trick.
Yeah, there you go.
Somebody out there is so mad that I'm doing the Goldfinger version of it. Dude.
That's the good
Well,
version.
I agree.
The other day.
311 also did one of their songs.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo.
Fuck, I'm drowning here.
Arizona Beer House, 33 taps, 800 plus cans and bottles. You can do it for here. You can do it to go. You can do whatever you want, except that.
That's right. Arizona Beer House at 150 South Kolb in Tucson, Arizona.
Sunday, 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 and every other day of the week.
Open 11 a.m. to midnight.
We're going to save the whole can, but you're only going to need the tip.
I need the tip.
So anyway, Crazy Ralph is like, "You're going up to Camp Blood. You're not coming back, little missy." Crazy
You're
Ralph
doomed.
is the closest.
You're doomed.
He's the closest
doomed.
character in any of the movies we've actually covered to the pig shit farmer
I was
that
just-
Jack
I
invented
was just
for
thinking
men at
that.
work.
Oh, that road. Don't go down that road. It leads to a pig shit farm. You're going to be knee deep in manure.
And she does get a
Can't
ride.
maneuver in manure.
She gets a ride most of the way to camp
Yeah.
from
He
this
gets mad.
trucker guy.
She's like talks to him and she's like, "Oh yeah, you're an original American." And he's like mocking her back.
Well, he
He's just-
recaps the beginning of the
I,
movie.
I think it was understood he was only going to take her a certain way.
He's like, "I'm not going down that road."
He's not.
Oh, yeah,
he
'cause-
was
Yeah,
going
I don't-
the
I
opposite
don't
way.
go down that
You
road.
see that big ass fucking unaerodynamic bullshit truck he was driving? It was like a fucking rectangle with wheels underneath.
Yeah,
it.
You know what I get to a gallon?
He's
Four.
Like, yeah, he gets
4.
He's like, "Look, I'm going this
direction.
direction anyway, so I'll take you. It gets you 10 miles closer. Then you just got to walk 10 miles."
Right?
Yeah.
It's
Hey,
just-
cut my distance
And then
in
you're
half.
it's a
hitchhiking.
brisk 10 miles that
And
way.
then you're hitchhiking in the woods.
Yeah.
Hitchhiking, if the hitcher taught me anything, is not a good idea. But hitchhiking in the woods is probably worse.
I mean, how many chances are there two serial killers if you're hitchhiking? That's why I have no problem.
What are the chances we're both murderers?
Exactly.
What?
You get
Well,
it.
the hitcher, it's not the hitchhiker that's the killer. It's
Yeah.
it's the titular hitcher.
Well, sometimes
Titular Hitcher. When are we putting that on Broadway?
Yeah.
Start writing the
Ooh, I
score
need
now.
some Vincent Price for this one.
He's
The titular
Hitcher.
Yes. Who's picking up who? I wonder.
And then we have Jack's favorite character in the movie, Jack, played by Kevin Bacon.
Can we just call him Kevin Bacon from here on out?
Yes, but it's Kevin Bacon, this girl Brenda, and then either Bill or Ned. Your guess is as good as
Ned.
mine.
It's Ned.
It's
Okay.
Ned.
There's
Because
two
Ned is the
people.
stu-
Bill and Ned are the same guy. Which
Bill
is
and
weird
Ned's
because
Not So
Bill-
Excellent Adventure
Oh, exactly.
ends with murder.
This is their
Yeah.
bogus journey.
To hell.
Ned is the stupid, nerdy,
Racist.
one, and Bill is the I'm the adult here. What can we do,
Which one's the
officer?
one with the hairy butthole?
That would be Ned.
That is Ned. And we don't
got
know if
the
the
ass
hole's hairy. We're
Look,
just
based
just-
on the amount of hair on his lower back, I'm gonna say the hole is hairy.
we're making some assumptions, dude.
He gets dingleberries like a Wookiee, dude.
He is a Wookiee. He might just
No,
be
they got
really
Spice Girls.
Italian.
Scooting his ass on the carpet.
Well, he's
You
only hairy
okay?
on the bottom half.
Yeah, Italians are
His
super
legs
hairy.
and butt are hairy. His
Hold on,
chest
hold
and
on.
arms are not.
Hold on.
Right.
Italians are only hairy in their lower half?
No, like the back. I've dated a few Italians, and they
Okay.
all have that
Not a flex.
Nipple hair.
super hairy back area.
My friend in
It's-
high school, his was Italian. I can't remember his last name, but it was something Italian.
Bonaducci.
And his dad
Gabagool.
was so fucking hairy. So his dad had a beard, but he would
His
have
beard had-
Blended into
his beard had a
his-
beard.
His beard and his chest hair would have connected, but you could see where he shaved.
Oh my
Between
God.
it was like 5 o'clock shadow from right at the top of his collar to the bottom of his beard. I was like, just don't bother, dude.
Yeah. Just be a Wookiee. Just lean in, man.
Oh,
Start brushing it as one.
yeah.
Lean into
You go
it.
through a lot of conditioner.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
If only he waited a few years, he could have been doing all these Star Wars conventions and made a bunch of money.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Take a picture with Chewbacca.
I'm not
He
gonna
was
make-
also he was only like 5'11". It wouldn't have
Oh.
worked.
Oh, what a tiny Wookiee.
He's a baby Wookiee.
He's a baby Wook. He's
Anyway,
a widow Wookiee.
A widow
So
Wookiee.
it's Kevin Bacon and those other
He
two
could have been in a
nobodies.
remake of Wookiee of the Year.
Funky butt loving. I mean, they had tiny Wookiees. Like you saw the Christmas special.
The
I'm
holiday
sure.
What's his
special.
name?
Special.
Turd.
Oh, we're going to be doing it.
Oh, you're gonna be doing
Yeah,
that?
it's gonna be in
on
just a
Han
couple
Took Shots
weeks.
First.
I have an
Yeah.
addiction.
on our sister podcast. Kevin Bacon gets there. That's how far we are.
We just got to Kevin Bacon with his road massage.
Yeah,
he was
driving
getting
around in
road
this big old, like, was it 77 Ford?
I had a 77 Ford that looked just like this. This could be anywhere from like a 75 to
I
79.
mean, in the IMDb trivia, someone always says what the vehicles are. I didn't write it down, but when you said you had a 77,
yeah.
I had a flashback to reading that minutes ago.
Okay.
So I think
I mean, it
was
looked
also-
a lot like mine was baby blue.
yeah.
Other than that, it looked really similar.
But yeah, they're all showing up to camp. We meet Steve Christie, who's played by Peter Bauer, who
Don't
also
get to
didn't
know
do
that
anything
name.
else.
Oh, this
This
outfit, though.
this is Napoleon Dynamite's brother,
yeah.
but with hair.
Dude, is he working a strip club? Like, is he setting up a male strip club?
Yeah, he's the
This,
contractor.
this guy looks like he wants to be a male stripper, but he definitely doesn't have the body for it.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, I'm
He
not a person to
reminds me
talk
of,
about it, but he is so fucking skinny.
Yeah, might be.
I think that
Don't
might be
kink shame.
somebody's kink, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody talked to the guy who played Dangle in Reno 911,
Oh.
and he
John
got
Lennon,
his like
John Lennon?
yeah, he
Thomas
got his-
Lennon.
Thomas Lennon, not John Lennon.
God
Yeah,
damn it! I do it
John
every
Lennon got
fucking
pew
time.
pew.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
One's a really talented artist. The other one got killed.
got killed in New York. But yeah, I bet you that was heavily on his inspiration list.
Yeah, they're like, go
Yeah.
watch Friday the 13th, and you'll know
Right.
what we're going for.
Yeah, you'll
Say
know
no
the
more.
guy. You'll know the
Which
guy.
character are you talking about? You'll
take,
know
take
him when
these
you
denim
see.
shorts, and you'll know the
and
guy.
there's your outfit.
These cut-off jean shorts that, like, no matter how long or short your dick is, it's still gonna fall out.
Uh-huh.
At least
Um,
the testicle's gonna slip.
Oh yeah, you're popping
And-
one of those puppies out of the bathtub.
and a red bandana around his neck, and then like these,
Hiker boots.
but like
Hiker
white
boots, yes.
or red wool socks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oof.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I know you're like stopping like chiggers and stuff from jumping up. I know
Yeah.
what the wool socks are
Whoa.
for.
Chiggers.
I know. I hate saying the word. It always feels wrong, right?
I bet you
But
that there
We
was
don't
more.
want them in our neighborhood.
That's the reason there was a movie called Ticks and not Chiggers.
I
Right.
solved it, by the way. This dude had a full wardrobe on, but it's fucking summertime in New Jersey, and he's like, "I'm stripping down to just my cut-off jeans. You know what? I'm gonna cut these jeans off too. They were pants, and he had a fucking like flannel on. He's like, "Well, I'm gonna lose this flannel."
The
and
flannel
the
would make
bandana went
sense
just
because he's
around
cutting
down
wood.
the neck. Yeah.
Look, I get it. It's hot, and like he's got the socks for protecting the legs from bugs, but he is
I hear
Don't
that.
say the word.
Now they sound like an infestation.
he is chopping wood. You shouldn't be
They're
doing
coming
that.
from all directions.
Yeah, you
these
shouldn't be
damn
doing that in short shorts and no
chigger.
shirt. That's how you get fucking splinters in your nipples.
But it was too
See
hot.
that, Lana? That's how you get splinters.
Do you want splinters in your nipples, Lana? No.
No, nobody does.
But yeah, so he's the head of the camp. He's the one who's been restoring the camp.
He's the talent
Yeah, he's
scout
the
for
son
strip
of the
club.
previous owners.
And then we also meet Alice, who's played by Adrienne King, who's the one who quit acting. She did come back and start acting again, but nothing I ever heard of. You can't quit for 30 years and have a successful career.
What do you think?
But
you
she
are?
had her own reasons.
What do you think you are, Beetlejuice?
Well, I think Michael Keaton did other things.
No, but the franchise.
Oh, okay. Well, franchises, as we've learned, can quit for as long as they want and still come back.
I guess so.
Yeah,
They won't be good.
Blade Runner.
Blade Runner was
Okay,
actually
that
good,
was
though.
that was a good one.
I ate words
Yeah.
on that. I thought that was going to be hot poo poo.
So did Derek. Derek was worried when we went and saw that.
I went and saw it in theaters because I knew I
Yeah.
wanted to see it, but I was also like, this is probably gonna suck.
Maybe that's why we liked it so much. We're like, this is gonna be garbage. Hey, it wasn't garbage.
No, I watched it just the other day.
Yeah, we watched it again.
And I haven't seen it since theaters, but I watched it just the other day, knowing it was good, and it was better than I remembered.
Huh.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
I actually didn't mind the Tron remake either.
the what?
I never saw
Oh,
either.
Tron. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a remake so much as a long.
Or no,
sequel.
I mean the
yeah.
sequel. Not
Yeah,
whatever
long
why I said
sequel, which
sequel.
long sequels normally fucking suck.
People
Yeah.
complained about the computer Jeff Bridges,
Whatever.
but to me, I was like,
They were
I'm
in a
just because
computer
it didn't
He's
look
program.
great.
dude. As you're about to say, like, aren't they in a computer?
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Like, go fuck
The
yourself.
de-aging Jeff Bridges thing because he shouldn't have aged because he's in a computer. But that's what I told everybody. I was like, but it makes sense. He's been living in a computer. He should look computery.
Yeah. He's indoctrinating, like flesh and
They
everything.
updated the software. He was still running on the old shit, so he looks weird now.
Yeah. Oh,
Now he's got the
oh,
iPhone
boom.
10.
Done. I love
Yeah,
it.
I enjoyed it. Yeah. But anyway, so we have Alice, Adrian King. They're still like repairing the camp, even though I'm pretty sure it's supposed to open like tomorrow. I'm not sure why they're still
Something
doing.
like that?
She's like using a hammer to fix gutters, which I'm pretty sure is not how that
No,
works.
it's not the correct tool.
She's using a hammer to clean the gutter.
No, she
tacking
was
it up with
putting nails in
yeah.
it. She was putting the gutter back up.
Yeah.
From my view, that was the wrong way to hammer in anything.
Yeah, it was.
And
But-
it's implied that she's been fucking Officer Dangle here.
yeah.
Or
But
it's
also-
implied that he wants to fuck her.
Well,
I think it's more that he wants to fuck her because she did kiss that other dude.
I
later on,
didn't get
which
that
we
they were
talked to.
fucking. I got
I
that
did
he
because
wanted to.
well, the whole conversation. I mean, we were all
they've
talking
been
during
alone
the
at
opening.
camp before everybody else showed up.
Yeah, and he's like, they were in two different movies by their conversation. Like he's all, I'm so sorry. Like I don't mean to offend you, but will you stay? And she's like, I don't know. I kind of have stuff at like
I
in
just
California.
should go check on something in California.
So-
This is New Jersey. You don't go check on something in California. You
Like,
stay
I'll
in
be right
California.
I'm pretty sure it's exactly what Karate Kid did. He checked on a tournament in California, and he came home with a trophy.
But he moved to California. He didn't go check on
If
something.
done correctly, no can defend.
No can defend.
Although in Karate Kid 2, he does go check on something in Japan.
He goes to Okinawa, so he's checking on shit all over this globe.
a globe-trotting teenager.
Well, no, wasn't it his brother or something died? Like Mr. Miyagi's family
Mr.
member
Miyagi's
Dad
died.
was dying,
Yeah.
was
and he had to
dying.
go fight his adopted brother.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
Sato.
Yeah, Soto.
Johnny
sounds
wasn't in
right.
it, so
And then there was Peter Cetera.
I
am the man.
All I know is I saw all those movies.
the one.
1, 2, 3. I saw them all. I only really liked the
There was a
first one.
third?
Second one's
Oh,
so
yeah.
good. Oh, the third
The
one's
third
fine.
one has Karate's bad. Or damn it,
Karate's
Karate's bad
Bad
boy,
Boy.
Mike Barnes
and the
and
fourth
Terry
one
Silver.
doesn't
But
the fourth one.
The
have...
next Karate Kid is Jennifer Gardner.
that's not a sequel.
No, it's not Jennifer Garner.
No.
No, it's
It's the
Will Smith's kid.
no,
was in
no.
one.
no, not that one. There's one with a girl.
It's the $1 Million Baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hillary
Fucking
Swank.
Hillary
Hillary
Swank.
Swank.
That's what I said, Jennifer Gardner. You show me them standing in a fucking
Boys
room
don't
together.
cry. Hillary Swank.
I will say, Karate Kid 2 and 3 were not very good.
2 is amazing. You're fucking wrong.
When they brought all those storylines back in Cobra Kai, I was fanboying out like an idiot. I was like, that's the guy he had a death match with. That's the guy who hired Karate's bad boy
I can
Mike
concur.
Barnes. That's Karate's bad boy Mike Barnes.
Hey, Mom, it's Mike Barnes. Oh, shit.
Dude, in that Cobra Kai series, Terry Silver is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
He's
I bet.
the worst. Like in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
How the fuck did we get to Cobra Kai?
I
from
don't know.
Friday the
It's the
13th?
80s.
Oh, I brought up.
Oh wait,
the
you
Karate Kid.
did.
It's my fault.
New Jersey to California,
It's what
exactly.
we
We're
do.
back.
I gotta
All
go
right.
check on something in California. It's called
Yes.
a karate tournament.
Boom, we're right back.
This guy Steve Christie though, he's flirting with Alice in a weird way.
Isn't he a car salesman, Steve Christie?
In Tucson, I think he
Tucson.
is, yeah. But he's flirting with
I've got
Alice
money
and
for
he's
cars.
like she's showing him her drawings that she's been doing or whatever, which doesn't come back up.
And we don't see any of them.
But
by
it's
the
just
way.
him looking at it and he goes, "You're very talented."
And pretty.
It looked like a shitty fucking sketch that like somebody at a
that you
police
did with your
station would
left
do.
foot.
No, you know, I mean like one of those like where you tell the person what they look like.
Almond dyes.
Sketch artists, you know, at the police
Oh,
station.
Let's do
okay.
60% shame, 30% surprise, 10% disappointment. Right there.
We also meet Bill, who I only want to mention because he's not important. He's the one with the hairy butt, right?
No,
That's
it's
Ned
Ned.
still.
Ned.
Bill's the adult
Which-
that's
You
not.
said the one in the car is the one without the hairy butt. Bill
no,
is the one
I
at the
said
camp.
Ned, the one in the car, has the hairy ass.
okay.
Let the
I know.
record show you was only asking about the hairy ass.
All right,
In
Hairy
fact,
Ned.
You was
Hairy
not
Ned.
asking
Hairy
about
Ned.
driving.
And Bill is played by Harry Crosby, funny enough, who is Bing Crosby's son.
Oh,
really?
shit.
No shit.
And a lot of people gave them flack in this because Sean Cunningham and Victor Miller both admitted they were just writing Halloween.
Yeah.
They were like, we're
Yeah.
taking that and we're making another
They
movie
were
like
riding
that.
the coattails because it was popular.
Yeah,
Made
and
money,
so
right?
A lot
I
of
mean,
people
money,
gave
money,
them
money.
shit because they were like, "Oh, you have Bing Crosby's son? Is it like trying to hire Jamie Lee Curtis, who's Tony Curtis's daughter?"
Right.
Yep.
And it was funny because the thing I read was like, we didn't even think about that, but once people said it, we were like, we should use that for marketing in the future.
Yeah. Yeah. We fucked up by
Turns
not.
out Harry Crosby did 4 movies, so it doesn't matter.
I know, but that's because he died so early in this one. But so did no, he died later than Kevin.
Yeah, Bill is the last one.
I mean, all these people kind of
Yeah,
die in the same
Bill-
span of a very quick time once it gets going.
Yeah. Is he the one or one of these dudes who
All right, here we go. Ned is the one that did the Native American headdress and
which
was
one
dancing
shot an
around.
arrow at the girl?
Ned.
Okay.
And Ned is the one that
And-
gets his throat slit on
and-
top of the bed.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
And Bill's the one that gets shot with the arrows into the door
Correct.
and then throat
Well,
slit.
probably
Throat
just
slit,
stabbed
yeah.
with arrows.
No, I like it the
Because
way
he's mounted.
I think she told him jump and went.
Yep.
She started shooting at the ground like a cowboy.
She's like,
dance
you
for
want
me.
you want to see my trick
She
shot?
gave him
And
a-
had the 4 arrows jump, bitch.
She gave him a wedgie first on a door hook.
Oh.
Well, it is Bill and Ned's excellent journey, so it's a Melvin.
Bogus journey.
Hey,
Same.
Melvin me.
It's bogus because it's
They
not excellent. They
Melvin.
dead. They dead, baby.
We get the first or the second kill of the movie because that kid at the beginning got killed. Because Annie jumps in a Jeep as another hitchhiker. But all of this driver
You're just
stuff,
pushing your luck on hitchhiking. You got away with
Yeah.
one not getting murdered. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
all the driver stuff is shot from POV though, so we know this isn't going well for her. She's just talking about whatever.
And there's no response.
This
Mm-hmm.
person drives right past the camp, and she's like, I think that was the turnoff, the
think
big
we should
sign that
stop
said Camp
now."
Crystal Lake. And
There doesn't seem to be another turn in.
the first thing I said out loud to all of you guys was, tuck and roll, bitch.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't remembering that she does
That
tuck and roll.
plastic door ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
She made a classic mistake of not getting drunk enough to go limp.
Well, she tucked and rolled after this person sped up
She
twice.
went head first.
But
Yeah.
that's why I always have a pocket flask.
I don't
just in
know how
case-
she hurt her leg because she went head first.
She didn't hurt her leg. She
went
hit her
into a
head so
somersault.
hard that she was limping.
No, the impact folded her head into her knee, so she headbutted her knee so hard it hurt.
There you go.
But I
My
always
knee
have
is
a-
killing me. My head's fine.
Did I hit you in the head? No, my head's fine. No, you have a pocket flask just in case you get kidnapped and you have to like jump out of a moving van. You go limp, dude. Like, hold on. Glug, glug, glug. All right, I'm ready.
The Popeye music.
Is that why you always? You're like, hold on. Let me cast a spell really quick. All right, now we could go.
I need to spinach. Spinach.
And she goes running off into the woods, and our killer catches up to her.
How does this old lady catch up to you?
Well, because she's actually
She has a
played
hurt
by
leg.
Tasso. Oh, hold on. I will never remember this name.
Something Greek.
Tasso Stavrakis,
Something Greek indeed.
You know, Stavro.
who was Tom Savini's assistant makeup guy, who mostly played the body double. Anytime we see the hands, they're Tom Savini's because I've seen Tom Savini and I know how hairy he is.
Dude, there's some big,
Furry
thick,
fucking
hairy
hands.
hands.
Also, I don't think Tom Savini has ever not worn a big gaudy ring like he
Uh-huh.
is. I don't think Mrs. Voorhees is wearing a big gaudy ring when we see her.
No.
No.
But Tom Savini is.
He's like, I'm not taking it off.
right?
Fucking film around it, dude. Fix it in post. I don't give a
I
shit.
can't take it off. So I was doing special effects for Dawn of the Dead.
Continuity error, whatever.
I was doing special effects for Dawn of the Dead. This may not be attached anymore.
This is
the ring is
fused
holding
onto
it
my
on.
hand.
If I take the ring off, the nerves detach. It's over.
Whitney, do you know how this old lady was able to catch up to her? She's concussed and limping, and this old lady knows the land. Also,
mean,
it's
I don't know.
uneven, and the old lady does have a pocket flask. So she takes this uneven ground perfectly. She's like, I can navigate this all day. Look at this. Bloop, bloop. I'm catching up to you. Gotcha, bitch.
She ate the mushrooms.
Look at this.
Yeah, she hasn't dug the tunnels yet. So
She ate the mushrooms.
I hear Jason's voice. Do you hear it? He's telling me to get a bunch of Ben and Jerry's. But I'm lactose intolerant.
eat the ice cream, mommy.
I will, Jason. I won't disappoint you.
Eat it now.
He says get the Ripple fudge. I think they call fudge Ripple.
I was just going with
Oh,
Cherry
Cherry
Garcia.
Garcia.
That's the only one I know.
Or all the dough or spilt cookies. What is it?
I don't
fucking
know.
The cookie
Funky
one.
or Chunky Monkey.
Ooh,
There was
yeah.
a Chunky Monkey.
I know that one because I was like, hey, they named an ice cream after me.
You're my Chunky Monkey, though.
Back off, bitches. Stop it. So cute.
There's some more shenanigans at camp, and then this motorcycle cop arrives.
Oh boy, does he. Dude, this cop rolls up though looking like he's wearing like his son's motorcycle helmet.
Yes.
It's just barely sitting on top of his head. Woo, woo, woo. All right, pull over here.
He got the motorcycle cop Halloween costume from Spirit.
1,000%. He's totally not even a real cop.
Well, the
He's
guy
also
they
not a real motorcycle rider. I saw him ride this thing.
the
Yeah.
guy they had cast got sick and like just put on Little John's outfit.
It's another PA.
Yeah, we talk about this motorcycle crashing in a minute here.
But
Yeah.
I love this guy though because he's like,
You
he
shut
goes
your
to
mouth.
Kevin Bacon. He's like, "What you been smoking?" Kevin Bacon's like,
I
"I don't
don't-
smoke,
it
sir.
causes
It causes
cancer."
cancer." What? Don't kid me. I don't have it all, but the Colombian gold, man.
Did you just
grass hash?
He said something like, I can see it in your eyes, spaceman. That Colombian gold, that weed, that hash, that sticky, that tar, that loud, that fire. You got some of them trees on deck? I'm asking you, kid. You got some Jimmy's poppers, little
I'm not
sniffers?
asking to get you in trouble. I want some.
I'm looking for that shit too. Damn. Looking for that shrooms. Looking for that
Yeah.
ecstasy.
Yeah.
You holding? Got acid, blotter, gel tab? What you got?
It's still the 70s when they're filming this, so Quaaludes are in there.
Oh, Quaaludes.
Oh,
are definitely.
you got the
But
black
he's-
beauties. You got
He's
the
just
red
assuming
beauties.
you have Quaaludes. We're not gonna get into what I know you have.
But he's looking for Crazy Ralph, who's missing from town.
I've never heard of that drug.
And every time Crazy Ralph gets out of town, I spend a day in court and he spends a week in jail or something. And I'm like, but just quit arresting him. It seems like you're
Yeah.
just wasting taxpayer
Yeah.
money. Because you know what Crazy Ralph definitely doesn't have? Money for a lawyer.
Right.
They're just using a public defender.
One should be appointed to him, I think.
Yeah. They're
Like,
just
"Hey,
wasting
Ralph."
their time.
It's
Back
Joe
again,
Pesci.
huh?
You better hope Mr.
Now the
Tomatoes
two you-
comes.
Thought you were about to say Joe
Two
Piscopo.
what?
The two you,
Two,
you know?
two Utes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
two Utes.
That should be our Patreon in July.
It's going
My
to be
Cousin
really
Vinny.
tough to do My Cousin Vinny because that movie's funnier than we'll ever be.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to do really good comedies. Bad comedies are
Yeah,
easy.
back when somebody's trying to be funny and failing. So this podcast, we could do this podcast.
Yeah.
We could make fun of ourselves.
do an
But
episode
no,
of one of our episodes. So yes, we mentioned how the one guy, Ned, whichever one's doing the racist
Ned.
Native American
Ned.
thing,
Ned.
Bill is an adult.
he's dancing around doing the Native American thing when the cop shows up, and this cop is asking about Crazy Ralph, and he's like, "There's no crazy people here." And that guy, the cop, is like, "I told you, sit on it, Tonto."
Tonto.
Which I mean, again, it's a racist line, but also
Oh,
a cop
Tonto.
yelling
Sorry.
it at an idiot is really funny.
I don't know if it's the subtitles fucked up or if he said this, but when he walked up, he said like "Take it easy, goat cheese" instead of "coat
I'm
cheese."
100% sure he said "cochise,"
said
and the
"cochise."
subtitles said
That
Goat cheese.
made me so happy.
I think most subtitles like they do like an initial generation via like an AI type
Yeah,
of
that
algorithm.
makes sense.
And then somebody usually, if you're buying a disc, goes through and edits.
Well,
somebody missed.
You ever
Somebody
think
fucked up.
Some deaf guy or girl out there is going to be fucked up for life because of that. They're going to think that they were calling him goat cheese.
I mean,
Yeah,
think that's
this
an
this
insult
deaf
or
person
something.
is like,
No,
are
goat
Native Americans
cheese.
known for eating goat cheese? I don't understand the joke.
Yes.
here in Arizona,
Actually.
we got Goat Cheese County. I mean, that's where Tombstone Brewery's at, right there in Goat Cheese.
But yeah, sheep or goat cheese is.
I guess that makes sense because
They don't really.
there wasn't a lot of cows until the Europeans brought them over here and ruined everything.
Thanks for everything. Delicious steak, though.
Well, I mean, the
So,
cows aren't
thank
why the
you.
Have you
Europeans
ever had a
ruined everything.
tomahawk steak?
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One of the girls, Annie or Alice, the main girl, having two characters with the same first letter is a bad idea for me. But Alice, which
Well,
okay,
the thing
we've
is,
got
you don't.
Zip here. Zip's a horror fan. You've seen Alice, Sweet Alice. Okay, so every time they said Alice, all I could think of was that movie.
And that creepy mask with the rain suit. and
Yeah,
everything,
the clear mask
Yeah.
and the rain jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the makeup was
Yeah.
painted on the mask. Yeah.
Is that Brooke Shields? Yeah, as a little kid. Yeah. Well,
Wasn't
I mean,
she
I
like
think
14
she was.
and had to do some
I think
really.
she was
Before
like
she did
17,
Fucked up
18,
shit.
but
Well, before she did what? What was it? Blue Lagoon or whatever?
Yeah, but
Oh,
even
Blue
after that, she
Lagoon.
did Playboy under 18 because her mom signed the rights away, and then she tried to sue Playboy and lost the case in court.
oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that.
I mean,
Yeah,
she
it's
was
tragic
throwing her
shit.
shits in Blue Lagoon.
What
Yeah.
a fucking mom.
Although we're saying
What
that's
a-
tragic, but also just a few hours ago we were making jokes about that stupid kid from the Nirvana album and his whole dick's hanging out there. So
Yeah, well, whole dick. He's an acorn.
it's his adult dick.
So like naked babies are sometimes cute. Naked adults rarely.
But Alice finds Crazy Ralph in the pantry. Oh, right before that,
Hey,
sorry,
baby, all stocked up on Crazy Ralph's. Let me check the pantry.
we got to talk about when the cop is leaving. 'cause
Don't use
where
that
I-
pasta.
That's where I got my opening line where I fucked up the whole intro from, which he's like, "We ain't gonna stand for no weirdness out here," and then he goes to ride his motorcycle away and almost fucking beefs it.
Dude, he fucks up on the U-turn. It's like, okay, that's a tough road, but then it keeps going up and gets worse.
I had flashbacks of Miami Connection when that guy is trying to do donuts and just eat shit.
Love Miami Connection.
But she finds Crazy Ralph in the pantry, which this cop is looking for Crazy Ralph and just showed up and was like, "You guys seen Crazy Ralph?" They're like, "No," and he's like, "Okay, bye."
Don't know who that. Well, he didn't. He left because he got a call.
I know he got called away, but like Crazy Ralph is in the pantry.
I know
Like, it
he
would have
didn't
taken all of 8
search.
seconds to find this dude.
But he was like, "Have you seen anything?" And they're like, "No, nobody has been here. Taking your
Dude.
word on it because I got to get there because the boss wants me for his room
These
job
kids
right
are high;
fucking now."
they can't see
How
people.
the fuck did Crazy Ralph get past all of them? They were all in the fucking
Well, he's
kitchen.
crazy.
No, they weren't in the
Hey.
kitchen. They were
No,
on
they
the
were cooking-
docks.
Oh, that's right. They were
that's right.
swimming earlier. So he
Okay.
Okay,
probably
but
snuck in while
all
they were
you have to
swimming.
know to
Did we
find
pass
Crazy
Kevin
Ralph.
Bacon's dick already?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we skipped the
Before-
hair
Good thing
butt.
I said it before.
We'll get back. Well, all right, but Ned ends up passing out in the water.
Yeah,
No,
and
he
they-
like fake drowns in the water.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so here's how you find Crazy Ralph. You just say, "Hey, we're taking that road down to Camp Crystal Lake." He will pop out and be like, "Don't take that rod." No matter where he's hiding, he's like, "Blood cuss on that rod."
I'm so. Jack has talked before about how he's the most boring character in a horror movie because he's not going to do any of this dumb shit.
I'm not there for this.
If I am Alice, I open the pantry. There's Crazy Ralph, who's looking like a Harry Dean Stanton that smoked meth.
Yes.
Hanging out in the pantry. And the first thing
Terrifying,
he
by the
says
way.
is,
Yeah.
"I'm a messenger of God. I'm getting into the nearest vehicle, and if there isn't one, I'm walking, and I'm leaving."
Because it's still
Yeah.
daytime. The storm hasn't hit. I'm fucking out.
Because yes,
Uh-huh.
methed out Harry Dean Stanton yelling, "I'm the messenger of God." Goodbye.
There have been I can attest. There have been times like we have set like our honeymoon. We have set a location and we have gone into the hotel room or motel room because it was a road trip. And we looked at each other. We're like, we're not staying here. We're going somewhere else.
Yep, pay for another hotel. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm sorry if you yell "Messenger of God" at me. I'm having a bad time.
Yeah.
What a way to start out a conversation too! If you're really genuinely trying to help these people, like I'm a messenger of God. Nobody's gonna take you
know
seriously.
what?
Well,
I'm gonna
I
do
don't
that-
know. Some would.
I mean,
you know,
some,
but
you know.
Play
God-
it cool, dude. Play it cool. Act like you've been there.
If I love your mom, but if somebody said they were a messenger of God, you're gonna die if you go down that road. What would your mom do?
Well, if that's God's plan, I'm going down that road.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Crazy Ralph then does one of my favorite lines of the whole series. And this is when he walks out of the kitchen because they're all like, "Get the fuck out of here, weirdo." He walks up to his
Let me
Pee-wee's,
check your
Pee-wee's-
pockets. He's got Kraft mac and cheese in his pockets. He took our Kraft mac and cheese.
He's got his Pee-wee's Big Adventure bike, and he's like, "You're all doomed. You're doomed." And then jumps on his bike, and I really just need the bell, like, bing, bing, doomed, and then he rides away.
And they focus so much longer on his right away on the bicycle than the
Because
motorcycle.
they were like,
cop.
"We got to make up for that guy eating shit."
Because
on the
once again,
motorcycle.
this guy's drunk. He leaned into the
He
curve.
did. He was
knew.
like, I'm riding.
Like I said, leaving camp when this guy steps out of the closet or the pantry and says, "I'm messenger of God," he's not on that bike yet. You've
No.
got a way out. A 20-mile bike ride sounds terrible.
But you
But it sounds
have
better
a
than
way
being around
out.
messenger of God.
and walking.
How did they not see his bike?
Someone was just like, "Oh, that must be Steve's bike. He's got those
Yeah.
weird shorts."
But you know, the officer,
He's Officer Dangle.
But the officer came on the motorcycle, and I'm sure he could have.
He should
seen
have.
the bike.
You're right.
It was
you
right
are correct,
there.
sir.
We didn't say he was a good cop.
He's all, "Hey, that's his bike right there." All
He was too
shuck a ding
focused on the
dong.
devil's lettuce of the boys.
It's just a different definition
Yeah.
of ACAB. All cops are blind.
Well, I see his bike, but I do not see him on it. So
Did you
So
kill
he
him?
must not
he
be
must
here.
He must have left his bike and gone on. Is what I'm thinking.
propped it up all neat like by that tree by the front door there.
Almost like he's waiting for me to leave for a getaway, but I don't think so.
So then Kevin Bacon and Marcy later in the evening go off to fuck.
Ow.
They have some weird sex. Well, first she talks about this dream that she has where it starts raining and the rain turns to blood.
What?
And he's like, yeah, I've had weird dreams too. Want to fuck?
As they're getting done though, fucking on the bike, just real fast. Doomed.
Doomed.
Did you hear that?
I did not.
you doomed.
I said doomed.
Was that really in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking.
Not the doomed part,
Not
but,
the, no, no.
but
When
the,
they're like, no.
the blood
They're-
rain?
They're sitting by the lake and she's talking about rain turning into blood.
I think
Which
you were
comes
making.
back
I
around.
think you're making a cocktail
full
there,
circle.
boss.
I may have been making a cocktail.
It comes back around because they fuck and we find out that Ned is in the top bunk dead.
Doomed.
Nobody sees him.
Oh, guess who's getting rained blood on?
She gets up and walks away after showing off her nips, and blood starts dripping through the mattress. So rain
You know
of
what I
blood.
appreciate? Real good tan line. Anyway,
70s
Yes.
nips, dude.
70s nips. Oh, a different nip.
There's a
And
whole
Whitney had
different
commented
beast.
on one of these chicks' butts earlier. I'm like, dude, that's for a 70s
For a
butt.
70s butt?
voluptuous.
because they're usually
Very.
flat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
And
white people
she had
like,
jeans
pride
on.
themselves.
She had the pants on that make your butt kind of look flat. Nope, it was still.
Yeah, you
pushing
couldn't keep
out
that
there.
thing contained.
No, it was Alice. It's Alice has the
Yeah,
butt.
because she was bending over. It was when she was. No, I was. Oh,
She
I
was
thinking
standing
of-
on the ladder trying to pang.
Oh, okay.
And then some dude in a bike rode by with it. Boomed. That butt is boomed.
I was thinking of when they were pulling Harry Butt out of the water, and she was bent over with her
Oh, that
ass right
too.
in the
Also,
camera. Yeah.
They're like, get Alice in center frame and filming.
From nice butt to hairy butt, real quick.
But this is for me at least, the best kill of the movie.
Uh huh.
Because
Oh God,
she
it's
gets up, she gets
beautiful.
up and walks away. I presumably to go watch the come out, and Kevin Bacon
God.
starts.
Exactly. You're supposed to.
I don't know why that just hit so hard, but it was just like I think that how cavalier you say she's gonna go rinse that comb out. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Hose
Every-
out that fuck hole.
Gonna rinse out that sniz.
Every female knows that if you are raw dogging it, you pee immediately after to help.
I think those
like,
are different tubes.
They are different. They're different. Hold on, let me finish my sentence. They are different holes, but the pee helps like wash some of the stuff away, and then when you're wiping, you kind of like
Wash
help.
away the shame.
Are you
Pull
guys trying to
more
make
out.
this movie fucking like more rated R?
Scientifically
What is-
correct.
What is going on?
I'm
This
just
is
giving
more
a
sex
female.
ed than I ever had in Catholic school.
Well, that
Yeah,
doesn't surprise me.
I'm letting you
Catholic
behind the
school-
curtain of what
in
girls do in
Catholic
the
school,
bathroom.
It's Catholic school, though.
Quick question: you have a vagina?
I do.
In
Oh my
Catholic
God.
school, sex ed is like, okay, so your penis and
Consists
her
of the
vagina
priest.
won't work until you get married.
If you pretend you love a woman enough, you can muster up a boner.
Look, you can
When
only
a
get
priest loves a boy very much.
priest loves
you're only allowed to get a boner for the priest until you're married.
We're gonna practice before we get into sex ed. We're gonna practice quiet exercises.
I think this is the episode that's going to
Is
get
that
us
why you asked me?
canceled.
Because
Oh
you're
God, I
Catholic?
hope and it would be great to be on it. Fuck yeah, Jin.
I learned at
Oh.
a young age, don't snitch.
Is that a trauma unlocked?
No, it's a trauma that's always been there.
Just uncovered to us.
So anyway,
But-
she's cleaning out her fuck hole.
She goes to clean out her sniz. Kevin Bacon starts getting blood dripping on his forehead.
Washing
but
out her
he,
hair
he doesn't even get a chance to be like, he's like,
the fur burger.
is that blur? Fucking
Oh my God.
arrow
Dude,
gets
Sav-
pushed up through his fucking
Tom,
neck.
it's not Savini.
Yeah,
it is.
Tom
Okay.
Savini,
It is,
yeah.
it is.
Okay, so Savini, amazing, amazing, amazing. Especially back then. Like, this is shit I expect to see today.
Say the budget again.
500 grand.
$550K.
Say the budget again.
Yeah.
I think it all went to him.
Dude,
It's
these
amazing.
I'm sorry, I gotta. These like Marvel
Geek out,
movies,
girl.
Star Wars movies, and stuff that come out. Every big movie, $200-300 million movies.
Yeah.
that look like trash compared to an arrow going through a rubber neck and Tom Savini blowing blood through a hose.
Because
Yeah, Zip enlightened us on that.
So Zip, tell us about the effect real quick, because what we see is the.
So he's
We
laying
see
in
a
the
body.
bunk bed.
Mhm.
The hand comes up, grabs the top of the head,
Dope.
and then it cuts. And when it cuts, they put Kevin Bacon basically on the floor on his knees underneath the bed, and they cut out a hole for his head so he could put it up onto the pillow like he's laying down. And
Flush
they
with the
brought
prosthetic
a
neck.
prosthetic body and or half a torso and a neck up there to match his neck.
Yeah.
Got the color and everything blended with makeup, and then Tom Savini was just basically under there with an arrow. He had to jam it through, and then they had some kind of pump that they were going to pump the blood through, but it didn't work. So he grabbed the hose and just blew through it. And you get this magnificent just spray of blood. And it actually ends up hitting, Kevin Bacon in the mouth.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It looks
And-
so
and
fucking
kudos
good.
to him for going with it
Yeah.
and being like, oh my God, instead of just freaking out and then the shot is ruined.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Very
why
s-
you go on to be a real actor.
Not an
Yeah.
expensive shot by
Exactly.
any means, but a shot that's expensive for this movie.
Well, I mean, to reset, that would have been a lot to
Exactly.
reset.
Now
Yeah.
you made it 520,000,
Well, it's already 550, so 570.
570.
But then you got to build a new neck, and you got to
Yep.
do,
You don't need to build it. You just need to clean it off.
Well, because the hole.
the
You'd
hole
have
through
to-
it. You have
yeah.
to make it because it's all
Oh,
prosthetic
yeah.
shit. But like,
But I
it's
mean,
it's
they
a great
could've
effect
kept
because
You
pulling
can't
like,
just rinse out that hole.
it wasn't the
another-
way it was meant to look. It was meant to just like flow out.
Yeah.
But the spurting makes so much sense, and I learned that today
Yeah.
as I was researching the episode. But like, the spurting makes more sense. It always made sense to me
Because your blood, your
Sorry, I
heart
just found
pumps.
Derek's documentary. The spurting always made sense to me.
It's because your heart pumps,
Well,
so it's not just gonna.
that. It's through his
gonna-
neck, so he's breathing still. He's trying
Yeah.
to scream, so that air coming up would be pushing it out, and there's bubbles, and there's like it's disgusting, and it's fucking
It's a-
Technically,
amazing.
okay, honestly,
a
technically, because
DPT.
You see
Double
it leak
penetration
out. You
tracheotomy.
see it leak out a little bit too.
Yeah.
At first, and then when it spurts, that's when he takes the
Well,
hose
exactly, and that's how it would work.
it's
It's
just
like that
"Fuck,
leak,
This isn't working.
and then he tries to scream, and it goes.
Yeah.
okay,
Yes,
technically
Whitney.
he should still be able to scream because the arrow is still there, so there's still a blockage to help
Yeah.
the vibrations.
But the spurting blood is cooler.
Yes, dope as fuck. What would have been awesome if he did a half turn and then ripped that arrow back out.
Oh, we don't have the money for that. That would be
Right?
600,000.
And then
Like
we
cross
just-
through the neck.
It's not a cross. It's
Well,
just
'cause
an X.
I guess it's a plus sign.
Yeah, but like it's
Oh, cross.
it's stab, twist, pull. Stab, twist, pull. 'Cause
You
then
know, as
fuck
you
more
normally
shit up.
murder someone with an arrow.
Yeah.
Well, even with a knife, stab, twist, pull.
Yeah.
I've never stabbed anybody.
seen Face
It's
Off.
Fine.
Also, it doesn't really matter, but I just want to mention it because it's entertaining. Because we don't see it go as far as you would think in this kind of movie. But Alice, Bill, and other girl Brenda are playing strip Monopoly.
Stripopoly.
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 Which
Hey, thanks for coming to Stripopoly. Think of your pants. I'll get you a pizza.
okay, Brenda is the Jennifer Garner's mom, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's not, but yeah, she looks like it.
I mean, you
I
know
don't
I,
wanna
love her.
confuse
She's
the
got a
listener.
horse. She's got a horse face, and I love it.
You do love them long faces.
I do. Why the long face? What are you doing?
I think that's
later?
why when I said Annie was the most attractive girl in this movie, Jack was like, meh. Because I'm like, oh, she looks like a normal human. And he's like, not horsey enough.
I don't feel like giving her a sugar cube.
I wouldn't feed her a carrot. She
I'm not
looks like
gonna-
a human.
I
Did your
couldn't
dick a
brush her
carrot?
hair.
You
He
just
is-
said your dick was a
he
carrot,
is
by
orange.
the way.
Yeah, it's a good looking. It's not a baby carrot.
I've heard.
It's also more like a shredded carrot after the accident.
Cheese grater, huh?
Cheese grater. Yeah, yeah. You can't fuck a cheese grater, dude.
Ugh.
I tried to put my dick in one
It's
of those
not a
Play-Doh
fleshlight,
machines.
baby.
I tried to put my dick in one of those little Play-Doh machines, and it came out like
Play-Doh
a.
Fun Factory.
It came like
It's
a
not
tube of
fun.
stars.
It's not fun.
It's fun at first.
Meanwhile, to all this, Marcy, who's the one that just fucked
There's
Kevin
still
Bacon.
a movie here.
She goes to the bathroom, and I mean, okay, I know how camps work. I went to a summer camp one time.
Yeah.
The bathrooms are separate,
Rich
but these
boy.
are like cabins. These should have some
Yeah.
kind of bathroom in them.
No.
But it's all one big communal fucking
Do you want to
horse
smell
shit.
everybody
But
else's
I think
shit?
that's most
No.
summer camps.
All the bathrooms are in one house.
That's smelling everyone's shit.
I'm
Yeah.
All
going
these
off.
cabins
Not
are
when you're
separate.
sleeping.
I'm
No.
going off of movies only.
Same.
Summer camps have communal shower sinks
I
and
have,
yada
I have
yada.
an awful story about the one time I went to summer camp.
Want to tell it?
Yeah.
All right.
So it was like a YMCA summer
Absolutely.
camp.
Mine was
I
just
was-
daytime.
I was in the older group. It was like maybe a 2-week thing, maybe a
Yeah.
1 week. I don't know.
Did
I
you have
don't-
to stay?
I've blocked out most of it because it was awful.
Did you have
Attaboy.
to
Who
stay?
touched you?
Yeah.
Oh God.
But I was in the
Show me on the doll where I'm gonna touch you.
I was in the older group, so like
Ooh.
the counselors were closer to our age than most of the other people at the camp. Also, everybody else at the camp got to stay in cabins. We got to stay in a hastily constructed like military tent
Oh yeah.
where
yeah.
it's like a wooden floor,
Wood floor.
with like a
Dude.
tent over the top.
I went to
Yeah,
a camp that
Boy
was
Scouts
just
do
like
that.
that. Boy Scouts. It was Camp Geronimo in Flagstaff.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was out.
I was really hoping that was the same one that Derek
No,
went
this
to.
was up in
Oh,
Oracle.
It would have been 10 years apart.
This was up in Oracle. But anyway, the thing I remember the most, besides when we tried to go to the cave and a bunch of kids fucked it up for everybody because they went past the point they weren't supposed to, so no one else was allowed to go.
Are you talking about
Um,
pepper sauce and they went
Pepper
through
sauce.
the rabbit
Yes.
hole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Pepper sauce. So I went to the communal bathroom thing, taking a shit. Some other people come in, they're all talking, being loud. I'm sitting in there trying to be quiet because I'm in the bathroom and I'm like, no one knows I'm here.
Was there at least a stall door?
There
and
was a stall
walls?
door,
Okay.
but these fucking assholes took like whatever, a bucket or something of sand and just threw it over the top of the stall while I was in there taking a shit.
Oh my God.
And that's the thing I remember the most from being at summer camp.
You've never
Yeah.
told me this.
Because it's tragic.
I have been with you for 10 years and this has
This
never
might,
come
this
up.
might be why I won't go one day without showering.
That could do
it.
So Marcy's in the bathroom. She's cleaning out her vagina, and she gets attacked.
That's the extra toothbrush.
She gets attacked.
While she's scooping the cum out of the fuckhole.
Vagina brush. This is for cleaning out after
God,
you've had
Sorry,
sex.
it's not a
I was
toothbrush.
drinking.
That was wrong for me to say.
Oh,
I
it's a
should have said
vagina brush.
it's a cooch brush.
Yeah, this isn't the movie Teeth. They don't have teeth in their
I was
vagina.
drinking my beer when you said that and it almost all foamed out on the microphone.
Almost happened to her on a toothbrush.
But she ends up getting killed with an axe to the face, which is a great effect.
Yeah.
But I read a thing about it that makes this effect actually kind of cooler. So they had made
it's already cool.
it like a prosthetic head to get chopped off.
Uh huh. What are
But-
they doing with that after?
Well, when they
This,
went
right
went
here.
to chop it off, it got destroyed. Like it got mangled. So there
Bummer.
was no like after shot of the head because the head was destroyed. So instead, it was the real actress, and they basically took the axe and put prosthetics on it and glued it to her face.
Nice.
They like cut off the axe and just glued it to her face.
I think they just put skin over it, but I'm not sure. But it's like,
Well,
'cause
that
the axe
blade-
is
Half of
buried
the
in her
blade
face.
is
Yeah,
missing.
exactly. You have to cut part of that blade off.
It might be that. I just read that today.
that would make sense.
But it was like it was supposed to be a decapitation, but the head was destroyed, and so they didn't have a money shot.
I like
so-
this shot more.
Yeah.
Dude, I love
This
this
is
shot.
fucking great because it's a real living person with like a gash in their face who's like falling down. It looks really fucking good.
Yeah.
But Tom Savini, so
Tom Savini's a fucking genius, dude. He's still alive, yeah?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank God,
Zip,
dude.
have you seen The Ripper?
Yeah.
I have not
Has-
seen it yet. I got it
I
from.
own it. Yeah.
I own it too. I got it
Yeah.
from Vinegar Syndrome.
Not
course you
paying
did.
us.
But
That's the one where he plays like Jack the Ripper.
yeah, I haven't watched it yet. But I did see some comments where people were like, "I went to Tom Savini's like makeup school thing, whatever that he does." And his opening speech is about how that movie is trash.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna watch it anyway.
He's
Yeah.
not too fond of it. There's a George Romero film that you should check out too that he's in, and it has a dude. from-
Monkey Shines.
No. Fuck, I can't remember the name of it. It's like a action adventure.
What?
Fucking yeah. Hold on. But it's like knights riding around on motorcycles and shit. I don't know. It was the 80s, man.
Oh man,
So, or the 70s. I forget what it is.
the guy Steve Dangle. He had left camp earlier. He's hanging out at this diner now, and it's kind of what we joked about earlier with the waitress. that's like,
225, honey.
you don't have to pay me nothing, but a
Hey,
good
if I
night
can
out."
guess your underwear color, you have to blow me. I said what I said.
When
Look, I
he's
see those shorts. If I can tell you your religion, you don't have to pay.
when he's leaving, there's another person at the other end of the diner that is also putting on the same yellow jacket.
Oh, I didn't even check that one out.
yeah.
But he's also going to Jurassic Park.
Hey, when we're done, I can just run my fuck hole through the dishwasher. I don't have to rinse it out of nothing.
I don't need a brush anymore.
I don't need an extra toothbrush. I'm old school. I just run it through the hose.
My mouth tastes like vomit right now.
I'm not kissing you.
So he
Is it
goes,
because I mentioned my fuck hole?
he goes to head back to camp in the storm, and the reason I said Jurassic Park is because he's wearing this bright yellow rain jacket.
Yeah.
He's
So
getting
you
in
can
his
be seen.
Jeep, and it's fucking pouring rain, and all of us are just like,
Where's his fucking fake can of shaving cream, dude?
yeah, exactly.
Where's
Like,
the Dilophosaur coming
Where's
from?
that? Where's that spitting ass Dilophosaurus?
Is
This
that
guy-
a real dinosaur?
Yeah, it is, but it didn't spit as far as we
It
know.
wasn't Jurassic Park. I don't know.
No, Dilophosaurus is a real animal. I don't know if it had that frill. It had the three little like mohawks. I guess it's not a mohawk if it's three of them. Trihawk.
Trihawk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Trihawk
well,
wants
just
your
like-
hooks is what I heard.
Just like velociraptors are probably the size of chickens.
Yes, the velociraptor that we know is much closer to the Deinonychus.
Okay.
Which are the little baby ones from the Lost
That's the
World that eat that
Gallimimus.
little girl?
Which
Oh,
are the
okay.
size of chickens.
Well, okay. Well, you know, it's same thing.
So they
Anyway,
reverse the two?
I'm not a paleontologist. I smoke a bunch of weed and I still think I'm a kid.
I love
smoke a
it.
bunch of weed and watch dinosaur documentaries.
So
It's either that or Hitler. Sometimes it's both.
Steve Christie is joining Jurassic Park.
Like
Okay,
on your
wait.
phone.
if
and
you're
your
watching
computer?
Kung Fury,
Oh.
No. There's
Oh,
another
okay.
one.
thought you were thinking
Oh,
about
no, that
when
was Kung Pao.
when,
There's another one that's the sequel. The first one is that there's Nazis on the moon, and then the second one
Sky
is
Sharks.
not Sky Sharks.
Steve told me about that one. I
What?
don't know.
Somebody
got
listening
Nazis.
knows what I'm talking about. Where there's Nazis on the moon after World War II, and then the second one, the follow up, has Hitler riding a dinosaur
Hard
on
Rock
Hollow
Zombie.
Earth.
Okay, because Kung Fury has Hitler doing kung fu against an 80s cop, but that guy also rode a dinosaur earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
To fight
Okay.
Thor. Or Odin, sorry.
I don't know who sounds crazier, you or me.
The
You
people who
both-
wrote Kung Fury.
You both sound very crazy.
Wait, so he's heading back to camp.
movie's better. He's riding a
These are both fever dreams that you both
Yes,
have had
absolutely.
because I don't know either of these movies.
No, we've watched them both. I
I,
promise.
I
you.
know Kung Fury, but yeah, I don't know.
It's
what the hell
barely a
he's
movie.
talking
It's only
about.
15 minutes
Yeah.
long.
It's very short.
But then we have the Brenda, Jack's girlfriend, Horseface,
Ooh.
reading a book in bed, and she starts hearing a child's
She's
voice.
reading Horse Whisperer.
Help me! Help me! Help me!
There
Of
hasn't
course,
been a little
the
kid.
subtitles don't help because it just says young Jason screaming, and I'm like, well, but we haven't heard Jason's name.
There hasn't
yet.
been an old Jason.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking, I see young Jason makes sense to me, but in context of watching the movie, no one has said the name Jason yet.
Yeah.
That's not mentioned until
Okay,
like an hour 15.
But also, first time viewer, deaf person. Probably, like, I mean,
they know who Jason is.
yeah.
But anyway, it's a child screaming, "Help me, help me." So she decides, after taking off her raincoat and her jacket to sleep in her nightgown, she's like, well, I'll go look for this child in the rain in my nightgown without the raincoat or the jacket, which is a good idea.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah, you can't
And-
see anything through this white nightgown, though. I'm very annoyed.
Settle down, you horn dog.
I know. I am
My
annoyed.
wife is the person in the room of 3 men and 1 woman who's like, where were her nipples?
It's
Yes!
cold. She's wet. It's white. I want to see nips.
You don't see an outline of any underwear.
Dude, hold on. She's wearing a fucking Ebenezer
Oh,
Scrooge
yes.
style nightgown
She's wearing the Victorian
under a
nightgown.
robe. This chick has nipple tape, my friend.
She's about to see
Probably
the ghost
does.
of Christmas Present.
Iron Sky. Iron Sky is the movie with the Nazis in the
Oh,
room.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
I
Iron
have
Sky
heard
and
of that
2. Okay, guess who's crazy now?
Well,
Okay,
look
so
up
Both
the
of
font-
all of you,
look
because
up
I
the
still
font of
don't know
Iron
these movies
Sky, and then
exist.
look up Sky Sharks and tell me it's not the same font. I think it is.
I don't know if I want to now.
I don't know if I'm right. But so she goes wandering around the woods looking for the child who's screaming that she could hear from her room
On a
but she's
closed
gone a
paneled
mile.
window.
Oh, she doesn't even go out like into the woods. She just wanders over to the archery range.
Yeah, she ends up on the archery range.
And is
All
the
the lights
archery
light
range
up.
right next to the dock?
Same location.
To be really dangerous.
Yeah.
Come in
I
boats.
mean, it's by a lake, so there isn't.
No,
like,
they
That
have
one
it perpendicular.
It shouldn't be facing the docks, I'll tell you that, dude.
The
Yeah, it's
docks are
perpendicular.
to the back.
Yeah.
The archery's like you face toward camp, it's the archery. You face away from camp, it's the lake.
So incoming cars get arrows?
It's
Yep.
fine.
And
Fuck
you
'em.
get the lake or the
Shouldn't be
cabin.
going to Camp Crystal Lake.
If Jason
Tomahawk
don't kill
Lake
you,
is safe.
By the way, Zip, you might be able to tell me.
What's
I
that?
read something and I don't remember exactly. is this only one of 2 movies that actually takes place at Camp Crystal Lake? Aren't the rest of them various other locations that are
Well, the
near?
ones that Whitney and I have watched with you are not Crystal Lake.
Not Crystal Lake, but
no,
near
because
Jersey.
The thing I read said something
three
about
was
that.
definitely at Crystal Lake.
Okay.
3 was definitely
I think
there.
that because the thing I read said something about 1 definitely, and then another one, and then it was like the other ones range from near Crystal Lake to far away from Crystal Lake, and I'm like, well, that's just space.
Well, because I always wondered about
That's how time with space works.
That's just space. I asked him one day, I was like, what is like Jason's like proximity?
Yeah.
How far do I have to go for him to be like, not worth it? Like if I go to England, is he still like, yeah,
Well, dude, he went to New York, so
okay?
Well, New
And
York's not
apparently-
far from Jersey.
apparently Camp Crystal Lake connects to the ocean.
He went to New York.
Why wouldn't it?
One
Why?
of these days we'll get to it, but he went to New York via like boat,
Yeah.
which is impossible from the location he's in.
Did he put on a trench coat and like a fedora and hang out with Raphael from the Ninja Turtles?
Yes.
Hey, I'm walking
No,
here.
it was Michelangelo.
No, Raph.
No.
Raph is the one who's hiding in the stuff.
It's Raph that
Oh.
runs away. He fights Casey Jones. I promise
He's
you.
the emo one.
Okay. Okay. I
Cricket,
believe you.
you gotta know what a crumpet is to know how to play cricket.
I believe you.
But
I don't have
so-
much else.
So part 3 he was definitely at Crystal Lake. Part 4 he was. Part 5 he was not, but that was Roy.
Yeah.
Part 6 I want to say yeah, because his body was buried at Crystal Lake or near Crystal Lake
Okay.
in a town, I think it was
I mean, like
that
I said, this
cemetery
was like an
showed in the
IMDb
poster.
trivia, so you
Wait,
can never trust those
one of the ones we
motherfuckers.
watched, he was in the
That was
bottom
5.
of the lake.
And 7
No, that's Carrie.
That was
Seven.
7.
Seven
yeah,
is
he
the
was
bottom of the
definitely
lake.
at Crystal Lake.
But I thought they said that wasn't. That
It would
was
have
somewhere
to be. Why
else.
wouldn't it be Crystal Lake? He's at the bottom.
No, there's a lot
of
of
it.
lakes in New
8
Jersey.
was-
That was
8
Tomahawk Lake.
8 was Jason Goes to Hell, right?
8 was Manhattan.
Oh,
9
no,
was
8 was
Hell.
Manhattan, so he was
Dude.
there at Crystal Lake for a little bit.
Jason
And then he
Goes to
went to New
Manhattan
York.
sounds like we're getting the worst of the Bernie movies.
Right?
Well, it's like the Muppets take Manhattan,
Yeah, it's a lot like that.
Yeah.
It's just like
but
that.
with less death.
Jason says, "Kill you, bitch." Ha ha ha.
Wait, George Lucas hangs out with the Muppets?
Yes.
Kermit the Frog's a Muppet.
Oh, that's right. Same guy.
But
Remember-
9 was
Fozzie
Jason Goes to
Bear's-
Hell.
And that's
that
nowhere
was-
near. That's like
Well, no, it starts out at Crystal Lake. I think it was in a town that was near Crystal Lake because it circles back to Crystal Lake at
presumably
the
Hope, New Jersey, which is what the
So, yeah.
cemetery said at the beginning of this.
end. Yeah.
Did you
And
say
then-
Bristol Blake?
X, he gets frozen
that's in
on
space.
Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
far away
then it
from
goes to
Jersey. We
space.
found out.
Space is as far from New Jersey as you can get,
It,
luckily.
it takes place anywhere around here or far from there. It's wild.
I can't wait till we get to that one. I
But-
have the bag
but yeah.
here
Oh yeah, the
waiting,
zip is gonna
and
pull.
I really hope X comes out.
Zip and I spoke outside when we were fucking roasting a bowl. Like that's you and him both regard that movie as like, yeah, it's bad. It's really fucking fun.
It's
like
so
you,
much
but
fun.
you
It's
both
good.
champion that movie in a really positive
It's
way.
so much
Yeah.
better than Leprechaun in space.
So let's get to the drawing
Ah,
here.
see,
Yeah.
that was another.
That's
example.
another. I know.
was like,
God, you guys are friends.
Did I just marry the mirror image of my?
I'm just the one who
Young
doesn't have any
friend?
artistic talent. I make fun of other people who tried to make
hey,
art.
you have a lot of autistic talent.
oh,
Okay, so Zip, I basically married the untattooed version of you,
Yeah. And the much younger, more dapper
and
one.
the only tattoos he has are from you.
You say dapper or fatter?
I think it's dapper.
Oh, okay,
dapper.
I wasn't sure.
No,
But
no.
Zip is the more dabber version of you. He takes a lot more dabs than you do.
You guys are like 8 years
a lot
apart.
of
so
dabs.
I myself have a dab bod.
Oh, yeah.
it's so weird.
So everybody's dead at this point except Alice and Bill. Alice and Bill decide they're going to go searching for Brenda because she's like, all those lights came on and then they went off again. He's like, well, that's a good idea. Let's go out in the rain and check it out.
It might be the generator. It's fine.
Hey, we haven't seen anyone in 30 minutes. Let's go see where they all are.
Again,
Yeah.
we're not here for like us as people are not in this movie. We left. Or
Yeah.
I'm still in my cabin, my back to a wall, holding some weapon as like an
I
like,
barricaded my door that opens inward, unlike her.
I'm hanging
So
out with
stu-
Jack, dude.
she put so much shit in the way of the door. Like Zip called it too. Like you only hindered yourself.
Me,
Yeah.
I called it. It was me.
True.
But
Hi,
then they,
it's
when,
me.
when they are
I'm the
searching
one.
for Brenda, they find an axe that's like tucked into bed. A
I don't
bloody
know what's
axe.
happening here.
What is happening here? Is her
Fucking
delivery.
Alice.
They try to call out. The phone line is cut. They can't start the truck because the engine is wet, question mark.
Dude, it wasn't wet till you opened the fucking hood.
Yeah, because they try to start the truck and it doesn't start. So he opens the hood and she's like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "I don't know. It's wet."
It's weird. It's all soaking wet in here. I thought cars were supposed to be like, leak proof. Dude, you have the fucking hood up, bro. Put the hood down and try
And
again.
the
Also,
torrential
this is a
downpour.
also, wet
77.
engines. Yeah, wet engines start just fine in the 70s.
This is a 77 truck. If that engine got some water on it, the engine itself, not like an intake,
Yeah.
whatever, it's fine.
fine.
It's fine. Yeah, unless you're sucking into the intake, you are fine, dude. Move on.
That's right.
Well, Steve had his Jeep had broken down.
Yep.
Correct.
It's the exact same Jeep, by the way, that the killer has been driving.
Like production-wise.
Except-
Like production
Except
wise.
it has a trailer.
Except for
Yeah.
now it has
Yeah.
a trailer.
That's
so
how you tell 'em
That's
apart.
how it's a different Jeep. I literally read
But
in
you
the
don't
trivia.
know that when you're watching this movie and not knowing what we know.
Like, it's different. It's got a trailer. Okay.
I read in the trivia, it's like, oh, the two Jeeps appear in this movie, but they're actually the same Jeep. And I'm like, well, yeah, I saw the movie.
Yeah. It's almost like they want you to think he's the killer.
People first time
Weird.
watching this are like, "Oh my god, Steve is," because that's the one person. And I was like, okay, so if
He's
you're
not
looking for
around,
Jason,
yeah.
you don't think that it's the mom because no
But-
one ever thinks that.
Well, you
They're
don't,
like,
even, you don't
okay.
even meet the mom. She hasn't even
Exactly.
been introduced.
Exactly, you don't see this person, so you're like, it's fucking Steve.
Well, and rule
Or
this,
Crazy
like
Ralph.
rule this type of movie. If it's the first person you think is the killer, it ain't that person.
No.
Never.
And
Sometimes
if you're
it
watching
is.
Giallo
Never.
movies, it's probably the 6th or 7th person that you think is the killer.
Yeah.
It's somebody you saw in the very background emptying the trash can but never spoke.
Yes.
No, Zip and I talked about that, I think right before you got here. Maybe it was when you got here, but we were talking about Giallo movies, and I was like, I've watched enough at this point that I'm like, oh, the person they were putting forward as the red herring. Now I'm like, oh, that's the next person who's going to die. It's definitely not the killer. It's the next person who's going to die.
Yep. And they use that formula very well in Friday the 13th.
They really do.
actually.
It's good. I love it. I love not being able to know who it is
But Steve had hitchhiked with a cop who drops him off down the road from camp.
because he gets a call for something
Yeah.
Did this
else.
come to anything? The fact that he got called away and needed the jaws
No,
of
it
life?
doesn't.
Well, other than
Nah.
the fact that Steve gets dropped off away from camp.
Okay, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like an accident that we needed
No,
to care
No.
about.
yeah.
Cool.
He starts walking towards camp. It's
And
actually
gets a
it's the accident.
spotlight
It's
on
the
his face.
accident from Friday the 13th 5 where Roy shows up.
You talking to me? You said something about saying,
Exactly.
Is that me?
But as soon as he gets out of the car and starts walking towards camp, a light shines on him, and he's like, "What are you doing here?"
Oh, because it's somebody he knows.
Uh-huh.
And it's
Yeah,
like
what
the-
are you doing here?
Yeah, because we end up finding out that Mrs. Voorhees was a cook at the camp in the 1950s, and so
She is
he knows
keeping
who
it
she
tight.
is. She's friends with his parents or grandparents or whatever.
His parents.
The Christies.
It's
Christies.
the Christies. Yeah.
Whatever the timeline
The
is.
Crispies, because she burned them alive.
Because Steve was a counselor there, and that's why she killed him.
Oh, Marissa Tomei.
Yeah,
So
that's what I'm doing for Mrs. Voorhees. What
Don't
are you
let
gonna
my
say?
son drown, okay?
Exactly.
He
Don't
should have
let
been
my son
watched.
drown.
you should have been there. You shouldn't have been fucking.
You
All
should
these-
have been fucking. You should have been watching my son, who did not know how to swim. And
Okay.
Because he was a
he was 13.
poor swimmer.
I can't say another word, so I'll say poor swimmer.
Yeah, because the way she pauses, I'm like, dude, she was about to throw a hard R.
But
She was
Yeah.
about to call him a mongoloid or something.
479,
Yeah.
479 filmed and released in 80. Good job not saying anything.
Yeah, because she was
Good
about
job.
to throw a hard R.
Because it's paused for it. It's like, he's just a blank.
Yeah, but so Bill and Alice split up. Bill goes to look through to go check out the generator.
And Alice is passed out on the couch now.
danger,
High voltage.
Sorry.
What is it? When we kills.
And then Alice is making the worst instant coffee I've ever seen.
1 tablespoon of coffee, 2 tablespoons of sugar.
Per cup.
It baits the question, though. You've seen good instant coffee?
No.
I know this is tragic.
No, I have not seen good instant coffee, but she puts 1 tablespoon of coffee in each cup and then 2 tablespoons of sugar in each cup. And I'm like,
Well, they are what? Supposed to be
tragic?
19? 20?
18, 17.
I don't know. 19 is about the time I learned what coffee was supposed to taste like.
I was still,
that's what
I
I'm
was
saying.
bastardizing coffee at 19.
I'm still saying like 18, 17.
I'm still not a fan of coffee.
Eh,
Really?
Really?
Love it.
I get it.
Lifeblood.
I get it. It's awful, but I love it.
No, it's not awful. You're tragic.
Hey, you know what? Look at these movies we watch.
I know.
This sucks. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow too.
God, that was so terrible. I love it.
but it's so
Veloso Pastor.
A
That's
movie
something we
I
need to
have
watch.
seen.
That's the worst dinosaur
We said
costume in
weird
cinema.
things at the same time. You have seen it, and I want to see it.
Oh, really? You have not?
Have I? No.
No, you haven't.
Okay,
It's
no.
fun.
Okay.
It's fun.
Because she's like, well, this instant coffee has to turn shittier and get cold, so I'm gonna go look for Bill. And she goes in, she looks around, she's like, there's nobody here. Closes the door, and Bill is hanging on the outside of the door with like 3-4 arrows through his
Yeah,
body, mounting
That's what
into
I'm
the
saying.
door.
It was like you want to see my fucking cheap trick? Choo!
And what I read was that she didn't see the stuff beforehand, so she didn't necessarily know what was coming. So she closed the door, and the body's just hanging there. So the scream
So
was
it's her
legitimate.
natural.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
But
that
then
makes
also,
sense.
we all made a joke about how his eyes were like twitching.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So Tom Savini had to leave set that day for quote girlfriend troubles.
She burnt all of his stuff.
Yep.
And so one of the other guys was doing the makeup work, and apparently the fake blood, which contained, it wasn't just corn syrup like we're used to, like corn syrup and food dye. It contained some kind of harmful chemicals, got through the prosthetics and was dripping into this dude's eyes.
Oh, no.
So that's why his eye is twitching. It was causing him severe pain.
Well,
So
it
he
was
did
the
a good,
eye that didn't have anything on it that was twitching.
but so he did a decent job though.
Yeah,
but
that,
what
that
He did.
considered.
what I heard was that he ended up having to go to the hospital,
Did he
and
go blind?
he was able to use his eye eventually, but not right away.
Oh,
he couldn't
nice.
see. He couldn't use that eye for an amount of time after
Oof.
this movie.
Wow. You know
Hopefully,
what?
he got paid.
So
more than
that $500 that $550,000 budget was because of a lawsuit.
Yeah.
At least 250 of it.
Yeah.
We could have gotten even more money off of this.
No, it was 79.
No lawsuit there.
I'm suing them for my
No.
life savings
Because he wants to be an-
$100.
He wants to be an actor.
We bought you a Chevy Nova.
So most of these actors, by the way, I meant to mention earlier and didn't think about it. They were cast by a New York casting agency who had primarily dealt with theater. So these
Okay.
are all people who had done Broadway
Yes.
or off Broadway.
You know what, dude? It really makes sense when you say that because now I'm looking at the. We have a lot of POV stuff.
Some more
so you
Lithgow
have
stuff.
you have a lot of people acting to just a camera, and it's exaggerated enough that it works.
Yeah.
It's
mean,
not, I'm not saying it's good. I'm
definitely.
not saying it's good. It's exaggerated.
It's how Lithgow does it.
Yeah, are you insane?
Yeah. That's a
Progresso
Lithgow
soup?
move.
New England clam chowder. Can't you see? We don't want you anymore.
Heard.
Also,
Fucking I love you, Harry.
Lithgow is the best villain in movies.
Ever.
Yeah, cliffhanger.
Period.
Well,
Done.
Cliffhanger, Ricochet,
Harry.
Blowout.
The
He's
Santa,
a villain in Harry and the Hendersons.
Santa Claus the movie
Not the Santa Claus.
with Dudley
With
Moore.
Dudley Moore,
Oh, okay, I
yeah.
haven't seen
you
that one.
get- oh, dude, just became friends right now. After that statement, we're
We just
friends.
become best friends.
Yep.
Yep.
So Alice runs back to the cabin. The door opens out. So her first idea is good. She ties a rope to the door handle
Perfect.
over a
I
rafter.
do like this
hold
idea.
the door closed.
We should be, instead of keeping our teachers safe, just teach them this.
Yes.
This is much
1,000%.
easier, dude. Stop worrying about teachers. Get them ropes.
They don't need
Oh.
guns. They need ropes.
Hold
Uh-huh.
on, wait. Kink unlocked.
Kink on. Oh, no, I knew that one.
Oh yeah, you gotta be careful with teachers having ropes sitting around.
But no,
Um,
yes, 1,000%. You tie the rope to a bar, something above your head,
Yeah.
and you can't pull the door open. Now these next steps, nothing.
She starts
Now I don't
stacking
know what you're doing.
Logs and chairs and
Yeah,
bookshelves
oh
in
my.
front of the
Random
door, but
furniture
the
and
door
shit.
opens out. So all you're gonna do is slightly slow down.
Oh, I
If-
stubbed my toe.
If your killer gets the
Oh.
door open, they just
Hey,
shove
I've subbed a toe.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
That shit fucking makes me
Oh, I've
smart a
stubbed my
minute.
toe.
She made an obstacle for herself.
Yeah,
She did.
yeah, because
And that's what I said. I was like, so when the killer's in the closet right now,
Right.
it's just an obstacle?
she
Hey.
ends up running into the kitchen with this fucking 14 square inch oven that was driving me insane. But she runs in there.
This is an oven that my ex's mom had in his house.
I get
That's
it.
fine.
It's
That's fine. But Derek's point is, and I am on board now.
Agreed. This is
for
not a camp oven.
For a
Yeah.
camp?
Yeah,
No.
you're cooking fucking. You're like, okay, I'm gonna make
I
chicken.
made 6 Pop-Tarts.
I'm making chicken for the whole camp. I can
Heard.
cook one chicken at a time.
Do you know how many chickens
Unless
I
we
eat?
boil it.
At least one. A
All right,
boiled chicken.
Whoever's lucky gets the baked chicken. Whoever's unlucky gets the boiled chicken.
Everybody
So
else gets
you
chicken
can only
jerky.
come into the chow hall 4 people at a time.
Yeah,
Tiny.
but
tiny camp.
Brenda's
2
dead.
people at a time.
Brenda's dead body gets tossed through the window, causing Alice to go, I should probably leave this place.
And Brenda's body is like moving the whole time.
Yeah, she's not a good actress.
She's not very good. There's a
I mean,
reason
her
why your
other
girlfriend-
biggest credit was Another World, so another soap opera thing. It was before this though. She was in like 200 some odd episodes, so less than a year before this movie came out. Not
Oh.
after. After this movie, she
I
didn't have
think
much.
you're thinking of
Oh,
a different world.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
With Whitley and Dougie Doug. Yeah.
The
Dougie
spinoff
Doug,
of
yeah.
Cosby?
But she
Yeah.
was in Another World. That's what she was in.
World.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so Alice goes to escape. She's trying, or she sees the Jeep arrive. So she's like, oh shit, Steve's here. So then to get out of the place, she has to move all the shit she just put there, which is why it's like you made
Who put this here? Oh, I'm trying to fucking leave. And the door is tied.
She runs out there, and this kindly old lady gets out.
Hello, dear.
Mrs. Voorhees, played by Betsy Palmer, who
I'm here
rest
to
in
help
pictures.
Yeah.
Rest in pictures, not surprisingly, because she's already older
I
in this
was
movie.
old years ago.
She'd only died in 2015, so
Ooh,
she went
wow.
along.
Yeah, she made it.
I think
But
I
her-
might have too.
Her last film
She lived
credit,
longer than I want to.
her last film credit before this movie was from 1959. She
Damn.
was, she was
Damn.
mostly, she did some TV and she was
so she
mostly
went
doing
20
theater.
years in between.
Yeah, she was mostly doing theater, which explains another story I have here
Just
soon.
for a
but-
callback joke, what does she think she is? The Beetlejuice franchise? Go on, keep going.
Dude,
keep
no,
going.
Beetlejuice sucked, and I hate that it sucked. I am so disappointed in that movie, and I'm done.
Yeah. I figured it would.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
You don't need to.
I will. I'll see
Don't.
it just to see it.
So Alice is screaming about how everybody's dead. I like
yeah, of
Alice's
course.
thing. She's like, she's dead. He's dead. She's dead. And
They're
Mrs.
all
Voorhees is like, okay.
She's like,
Calm
it's just the
down.
reindeer.
You're
It's
acting
just the
insane
rain.
because it's wet
It's
outside.
hysteria.
And then immediately she's like, did you know that some people died here years ago? And the year before that, all the stuff the trucker guy just said earlier in the movie.
Yeah.
And the year before that, a boy drowned. A boy drowned. Because the campers were, or the counselors were fucking.
Because they were fucking.
They should have been watching Jason. Jason was the boy. By the way, did I mention Jason's my son?
And today is his birthday.
Today is his
Today's
birthday.
They could have invited him to the orgies. He could have done some fucking. He takes direction well. Got plenty of energy. Never stops.
It's all like her crazy.
He's got that
speech,
Mongo strength.
Just tell him what to fuck.
her crazy speech is all exposition because she's like, he died. It was his birthday. I was the cook at the thing. By
Some-
the way, I was the cook and he was my son.
Did you
And
know
it-
that someone's trying to avenge him? Could be
And then-
anybody.
And then suddenly,
Mommy.
suddenly she's like, you did it. You killed him. And she pulls out this knife, which, by the way, I would have seen
Never
this
paid
knife on her hip.
attention to him.
Yes.
This is
This is
just,
Crocodile Dundee's knife.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi walking around with a lightsaber pretending he's not a Jedi.
Yes.
Same thing, like I see it right there though.
It was a smidge shorter than a machete.
That's not a
Just a
knife.
smidge.
This is a knife.
knife.
All
They're
right.
both knives.
Alice tries to get away, gets in the Jeep. Annie's dead body is there, so she abandons the Jeep. And
I like
Whitney
Whitney-
had a good point.
Yeah, I like Whitney's point, dude.
Like, that
It's
body,
dead.
yeah,
Fucking go.
Move that body and drive that Jeep.
the
Not
body's
even
in the
move
back.
it.
Who
No,
cares?
it's right there in the front seat.
That's gonna smell like poop.
I don't care.
You want to smell
Yeah,
poop
she was
or
the
die?
first killed.
How
So
bad's
she
the
would be
poop?
ripe by then.
Well,
probably.
she's
ripe.
not that ripe. She was first killed fucking 8 hours ago.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty
that's
right.
true.
So
babe.
8 hours of dried poop.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right.
Would
No,
you rather be
got
stabbed
probably,
by
like-
a senior citizen or smell poop for 40 minutes?
It's kind of like two of the same thing.
Am I hungover? Am I hungover?
I like what Zip said.
I don't think they're.
It's the same.
But no, I would have just driven that Jeep, bitch.
Oh yeah, fuck
Yeah,
yeah.
push the body out and go.
When she
Fuck it.
runs away from
Or
that
leave it
one,
there and carpool lane.
You know Yeah.
When she runs away from that one, Officer Dangle's dead body falls out of the tree, which makes a little less sense because Mrs. Voorhees is still behind her. So it's not like those later movies where it's like the body falls and we're positing that he's like hiding in the trees, shoving the body out.
No,
Right.
The
Yeah,
body
no.
just happens to tumble at the exact moment
happens.
she walks
What
by.
we didn't see was a Rube Goldberg device.
She had a
Yes.
candle next to a rope.
All right, then the Matchbox guard does the loop-de-loop.
1000%.
As soon as she opened the car door, it triggered it.
Yeah. Hey, this chick is like Jigsaw. She knows her fucking machines, man.
Yes, she does.
So then in the flashbacks, we could have just had her with a backwards hat.
Hello, young fellow children humans. Do you like Metallica?
Is that how you talk to your niece?
Yes, it is. Everything's trill. Those eyebrows are on fleek.
Actually, you are correct. I have seen
Slay
you talk
queen.
to your
Skippity.
Skippity-bitty-zippa.
My favorite is Riz.
Riz,
The
dude.
Not
skippity
gonna lie.
riz.
No, just Riz by itself.
Yeah, because you got the riz, boo.
Yeah, don't be a sussy
charisma.
baka.
I like it.
But Alice gets away to
You're
this-
so old.
Alice gets to the shed that she should have gone to a while ago because
Yeah,
it's the gun
This is
shed.
Jack's
Yeah.
cash, dude,
I
right
was
here.
so happy this existed, but so disappointed you waited till now. There's been a shed full of guns this entire time.
Why did you go there first after you found fucking, what was it, Ben?
Because it was
Even-
I don't
a
know,
lock on
Ned?
the door
At
or
any
something.
point, go there. The first time I hear, okay, we've been here at this camp for what, a couple days now, right?
No,
think
this
it's the
is the
same
first
day.
It was
day.
the same day.
Okay, we've been to this camp for a day now, and I haven't
It was
seen a
Friday
little
the
kid.
13th.
That's
And
that's
now I'm-
true. And
and
now
I'm
I'm
hearing
the
a little
second I
kid.
hear a little kid say, "Help me!" I'm not instantly thinking ghost, but I am instantly getting a gun.
Yes.
I'm like, I heard "help me" from
Well,
a kid
because
that wasn't
ghosts-
around here earlier.
Ghosts won't be killed by guns, but
But
anything else will.
Exactly. And if it is a ghost, I'm gonna kill myself. You don't get me, I win.
Zombie children, whatever.
Now you're just a ghost of the camp.
No, I'd kill myself. I'd go to heck.
You gonna go down to HE double hockey sticks?
I can't say it so
oh,
bad.
so
'Cause
bad.
she can't get bullets because they're all locked in this high school teacher's desk, and this BB gun's not going to break the lock.
Yeah, I don't know what she
no,
has here.
this is definitely a BB gun.
It's
No,
a
it
little bit
had a
bigger than
bolt.
that.
It
It's
had
a
a
it's a
bolt.
bolt action.
It was
No,
a
this
bolt
is
action
Okay,
bigger
a
than
rifle.
pellet gun.
It's not a pellet guns aren't bolt action.
My dad had a pellet gun with a bolt.
Look, this is a decent size. It's like a little bird or a little fucking.
It's like a 22.
Yeah, a little jackrabbit shooting
Oh,
gun.
this looked real smaller than a 22.
22 is pretty small.
Yeah, and this looks smaller.
I don't think it.
This was like a gun from a dollar store that you take the orange tip off of and give it to a kid.
1000%. That's what they did.
Also, maybe she chose the worst gun because the rest of these look a lot like
Yeah,
shotguns.
like shotguns.
Like there's a
Beefier.
lot of beefier rifles hanging up.
There
Like
were.
I like this one. I'm comfortable with this one. I can't find ammunition for this one,
So
but
that's
I really
what it
like
was.
it.
All of them were like actual rifles, and then they gave her the BBs.
Plus, she
And-
never checked to see if any of them were loaded.
Yeah,
no, she-
valid.
Like,
She is no
well-
Michael Gross from Tremors.
Right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Michael Gross knew his shit.
So Mrs. Voorhees bursts into the cabin and she's like, "It's gonna be easier for you than
Hold
it was
on.
for Jason."
When you say she burst in the cabin, it's not like Kane Otter fucking
No,
bursting.
it's not.
Like blowing
No,
up the
it's
door.
just
Yeah.
walking through a door.
I
No.
would pay to see that. Oh yeah,
exploding door.
Yeah, no, they're in there.
I'm the
and
Kool-Aid ma'am.
She just goes crazy as she's talking. And
She goes-
Alice is like trying to slink away. She's like, "Oh fuck."
She goes
This
reverse.
woman.
She goes reverse psycho
Yeah.
because instead of Anthony Perkins doing mom's voice, it's mom being like, "Oh, kill her, mommy! Get that bitch! Don't
Yes.
let her get away!"
Do me a favor and kill her, mommy. My precious.
I mean, because this has to be intentional.
kill your family.
This has to be
She's just
intentional, right? The reverse
crazy.
psycho thing. It
Yeah.
has to be, right?
Well, they already
Yeah.
borrowed off of Halloween.
Halloween,
You know, might
yeah.
as well rip everything you love.
Every
When did Psycho come
slasher.
out?
64
69,
Or-
maybe.
Question mark.
I don't know.
Is that in the conversation early slasher?
Yeah, so I was hearing some people talking
kinda,
about the other
yeah.
day, and someone said, "Oh, it was when we were watching Scream 4."
Yeah.
And someone said Psycho, and he was like, "Oh, actually, Peeping Tom came out in 1960 or whatever." So,
Okay.
like, I mean, because Psycho would.
And Black
Fall
Christmas.
into
When
it
did Black
roughly.
It's an
Christmas come
early
out?
slasher,
Yeah.
but yeah, I got you.
1974.
74
Black
was
Christmas
Black
and
Christmas.
TCM were the same year.
So it depends on when you think that first slasher movie is.
Yeah,
Bay
it's
of
when it
Blood.
becomes the trope.
Bay of Blood.
Bay of Blood. I've never
1972.
seen that one, so.
Definitely a good one. Kind of.
But you're right.
set
Psycho,
the
Psycho
framework
is
for
before Bay of
stalkers.
Blood. So why is Psycho not considered?
Well, again, it's one of those ones where it's like the proto kind
There-
of thing.
yeah.
It doesn't
Slasher
exactly
didn't
fill the
exist.
tropes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they had slasher elements, but they didn't have every slasher element until it
It's
was,
that
much like
hasn't been
how-
developed
Yeah.
yet. Got it.
It
It's
was
much like how
forming and
No
forming.
Effects is not pop punk, but what comes after them is pop punk.
Got
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense. I get it.
Actually, I do get that.
Thanks. You're welcome.
But so Mrs. Voorhees starts slapping the shit out of this girl.
Dude,
And-
why did she go from stabbing everybody to all of a sudden like, you know what?
I'm gonna choke
'Cause
you and
I don't
strangle you and
have-
slap you.
I don't
Who's your
have-
mommy?
I don't have a thing around me, and I need to make somebody suffer for letting my boy drown.
And she's the last kill. So you're
I
trying
love
to
that you're throwing in a
Sure,
Jersey
savor
accent.
it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
in this entire series, I don't think one person has a Jersey accent, and the
No.
whole thing takes place in New Jersey.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
it's really baffling. But
I don't think it's supposed to be. I think you're supposed to think that it's somewhere like Midwest America.
no, they straight
No,
up
they
say New
straight
Jersey. I
say
mean, the
it's
beginning of this
Jersey.
movie,
Really?
Yeah.
the cemetery says Hope, New
Oh,
Jersey
yeah,
on
Hope,
it.
New Jersey. Yeah.
Because you hope you're dead if you're in New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's an easy one.
But I read somewhere that basically this lady, whose name I've forgotten now, but Mrs. Voorhees,
Pamela
something.
Voorhees.
Say Hot Pam.
Hot Pam.
Betsy Palmer.
Sound like
Betsy
a hot
Palmer had
call.
been doing theater mostly, right?
She gave me the Hot Pam.
So in theater, when you're doing something where like you slap someone or whatever, you do the cupped hand thing. So like you'll hit them, but it doesn't hurt as much. But
Yeah.
So that's what she did to this girl, and the girl was very upset about it. And Sean Cunningham had to explain to her how like angles work in movies. He's like, you can just pretend to hit her.
You don't have to make contact, dude. I try. Don't tell me how to fucking act. I'll slap you. All right, that's it. You're getting a slap.
She's slapping the director.
Bring the fucking DP over here. Slap. Craft service. This is mediocre.
Get
Slap.
that production assistant back. Slap.
Hey, guy that got killed first. Slap.
But Alice
Too
has
much
a good
fuck me
move
eyes.
here. We've talked about this in other movies, maybe not on the podcast, maybe just in person. People getting attacked by a woman and they don't ever go for the crotch shot.
Yeah.
Alice doesn't give a fuck. She takes this
Yeah.
rifle and just muff punts the shit out of
It's
this
not
lady.
She does.
It's not just guys that like their privates not hurt.
Yeah.
Girls don't like it either.
It's
I
gonna
can
hurt.
attest. It fucking hurts.
This is. I'm pointing to my genitals. This is everyone's favorite area of themselves. This is your best fucking friend.
yes.
Sometimes it's just red and hot and stingy.
Well, you
I'm
see my
sorry,
sex
what?
tape.
I've never had that problem.
Well, that's only when you're hooking
No.
up with Kevin Bacon at camp.
Yeah.
Tried to wash it out, but the water was too hot.
I'd put on white
From the
cotton
hose.
panties for that. I'd rinsed that for $1.
And then there's a bit of cat and mouse. Alice goes and hides in the pantry. Luckily, no Crazy Ralph. Luckily for her. But she does
He's like,
find
you're
it.
still doomed. You're doomed.
Doomed.
I told you doomed.
Just riding by the house. Doomed.
He hasn't left. He's just been riding in circles.
He's been
Shut the fuck up. I know I'm doomed.
He's been saying it right before every kill. You're doomed.
Doomed. He's riding by a dead guy. The guy that's hung up by the arrows. Told you we're doomed.
Why didn't you listen?
But Alice does find a cast iron skillet, which is a good move.
Oh,
It's a
And
solid
bonks
weapon.
the shit out of Mrs. Voorhees when she comes in.
Just once,
But
though.
we've
Yeah, that
said
was
this on
the
other
stupid
episodes.
move.
We said it while we were watching this. Keep fucking hitting this lady.
I want the police to
A
question
7
why
count.
this body is so gruesome.
Yeah.
I want to kill. I want to see brains mixed in with this hardwood floor. Not because I'm gruesome, because fuck you. I want to make sure you're dead.
Yeah,
this
once,
is it.
Once your head is shaped like a teardrop, I know that you can't get back
Much,
up.
much. I want dental records to be just obsolete.
Like, it's just logic.
Yeah.
But then we don't get the
Okay,
end
what
of the
I
movie.
would do, it'd be like one across the face, and then you make it perpendicular with the body, and just start slamming that throat down, because it's gonna decapitate. At
I was
some
actually
point.
more worried where
That's
she was
brutal.
going to go. I thought here's what I would do. I would cut them up into tiny pieces, get a bathtub full of some hydrochloric acid, and melt them down, pull the drain, they go down the river,
No,
and
you
no one
need a
knows.
plastic tub. You
you've
don't put
already-
it in a porcelain tub.
You've already got the cast iron skillet, so you chop them up. You start throwing the pieces in there with some olive oil, salt,
Right.
pepper, garlic.
A little lemon, a little tarragon. Honey, do you have any fresh motts?
Yes, I do.
Paprika.
Paprika. Hey, we're in Jersey. Where's the gabagool?
That's the head.
And then Alice goes out to the lakeside. Mrs. Voorhees shows up. They have the fight
what's
that we
the best
talked
place
about.
to go? Let's just go to the lakefront.
Her options are run towards the killer or into the water.
Yes, I'll see you coming. No, I can't do anything about
This
it.
person won't see her coming. You're facing the lake. You're not facing.
But-
like she's in the wrong.
Either way,
place.
Well,
she's
she
either
saw the
facing.
shadow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not. I don't know where you should go.
She
Well,
saw
I
her
do actually
reflection.
in the Jeep.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
The reflection.
In
I
the
would
Jeep
be
now.
in the Jeep. No,
Well, you
Jeff,
were earlier.
You wouldn't be here.
Yeah, you already left. I left long before
You
this.
left hours ago.
Well, as soon as Messenger of God burst out of the pantry, I
Go.
went home.
Later.
I was the guy in town that was like, it's 2:35 for a fucking breakfast. I will be here all day.
Every
What
day.
time do you
One more
close?
breakfast, please.
A round of breakfast for all my friends.
From my friend.
I spent $20 because I bought the entire town breakfast.
You be one or you fry one.
I'm gonna fry one.
But they have their
Bar
battle
fry.
that we talked about how it sucked, and Alice gets away, grabs the machete that Mrs. Voorhees had dropped, and slow motion chops this head right off, which is just glorious because
She's
it's not
got a
just
face of fascination.
But
when
I
this
want
happens.
Zip to talk about why we know it's Savini.
oh
Yeah, for sure. Well, because not only because he said it in multiple interviews,
Uh-huh.
but it's clearly obvious that these are man hands because when the
Just
head gets
under the
lopped off,
sleeves?
hands come up in agonizing pain, or metal hands is basically what I call them, the death metal
Ooh,
hands.
metal.
Yeah.
I like metal hands.
So metal hands pop up. They're full of fur. And they got this big gaudy jewelry on there. And,
Clearly
Yeah.
a man's hands.
clearly man hands with big gaudy jewelry.
And I can't remember what the stunt was now, but there was another point in this movie where something was supposed to happen and they couldn't get it to work right.
legs.
So Tom Savini was just like, it was like going through the window, maybe the girl, but Tom Savini was just like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Like this dude, like it sounds like he's committed to his craft. I'm gonna tell you right now,
Well,
he's
he's a
committed to his
stuntman.
craft, but also
Insane.
so much cocaine.
Yeah.
yeah.
Tom
It's the
Savini
80s, dude.
has been fueled by cocaine for longer than most people have been alive.
But that's where he was a stuntman as well.
Yeah.
So for
Oh, yeah.
every movie that he's ever worked on, pretty much he's been a stunt double.
Hard life to quit. I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
for sure.
It's an
I mean,
addiction.
fun.
Yeah.
You
adrenaline
chase that-
rush.
I know nothing of
You
that.
chase the dragon.
You're like, I like sitting on the couch. That's what
I'm
gets
also
me
a
fired
stuntman.
up.
Look at
I
this.
am addicted to that.
Me too.
I'm also a stuntman.
I'm
When I play this video game, my guy does all kinds of crazy
Right?
shit.
My,
I haven't died
my
once.
video game guy can parkour.
Oh yeah.
That's a French martial art.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we were doing video game rules. I'm a great parkour. I'm hardcore parkour.
So she,
So she jumps in the boat,
yeah, she
paddles
goes
out
into
to the
her little
lake,
canoe, paddles
paddles out to the lake with her palm, or her
Yeah.
In the
fingertips.
hand.
Well,
This
the
is-
reason why she does that is because Miss Voorhees has smashed the
Oh
oar.
yeah, because she had the
'Cause she
oar
tried
to defend herself. Yeah.
against the machete and the oar.
Okay.
So now I'm
Does
just gonna.
the canoe right next to the canoe you're in
Yeah.
not have an oar?
That's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. There are
Thank
2 or
you.
3 canoes
Keep-
here.
Keep checking this beach because
In
this
her
is
defense, maybe she's in shock because she just lopped somebody's fucking head
All
off.
she
take that
cares about is
defense.
getting
And
away
liked
from
it.
the land.
I'll take that defense.
She liked lobbing her head
In
off.
her mind, what could possibly happen to me in the middle of the lake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we get
But it
some
takes forever to get out there.
we get some serene music. The night passes. She sleeps in the canoe with her hand in
Hand
the
just
water, so
dangling
she
in the
definitely
water.
pissed her pants because that water's warm.
Joke's
She
on
needs
you.
a bilge pump to get all that piss out of the canoe.
It cuts back to the morning. The canoe is starting to sink because she's just been pissing all night.
That's why it capsized. There was
Bail
no
it
kid.
out.
You see a police officer like pull up and just put in like 1 second hands by the face. So you're like, hey, like trying to yell, but he's doing it so wide that you need.
It's not
like, when you
cupping
yell,
anything. Yeah.
You need to cup it so it like projects versus this.
But she sees them. She's like, "Oh, good." Takes her hand out of the water, looks at it, puts it back in because the fingers are wrinkly and she doesn't want to see it. And then zombie baby Jason.
Dude, I was rubbing my eyes at this point, and I'm so mad I missed it. Ugh.
This mutated
what?
child.
I saw just the last second of this mutated
What?
child.
Then the
Yeah.
entire point of watching.
I
What?
know. I even said, fuck, I missed it.
Oh god damn it! Do you remember watching The Fly?
Yeah.
Mid transformation.
Yeah.
But so
That's what I saw.
this
Yeah.
zombie child, bursts out of the water and pulls her under the lake. Now, one more question, because I've seen 2 but don't remember. Is there any explanation why he goes from a 7-year-old child
They-
to a 40-year-old man?
They never explain.
Okay, I
it.
didn't think so.
They never explain it.
All right.
They don't need
And
to.
it's only supposed to be like months after the original. You
Yeah.
know, like so it is
Well,
a
no,
direct
this is a
sequel.
year. This is 21
Well, no,
years?
he's saying 2 is like months after this
Part
one.
two.
Oh, part 2.
But
Okay.
Part 2.
Betsy Palmer has said in multiple interviews and at conventions and stuff that she's like, I don't know who the guy in the hockey mask is because my character's son died in 1957.
Well, she also
There you
said
go.
the movie was shit and that she did it for a car.
Yeah. Yeah, that was the thing. She threw the script across the room and she's like, fuck this thing, and threw it across the room into the trash can, and then was like, well, I do need a new car.
do want that Lincoln Continental.
I would definitely suicide doors.
Oh,
68.
well, she's not getting a 66.
But she gets pulled under the water,
She's getting a brand new one.
wakes up in the hospital, and
Where's
she's
that
trying to tell
boy?
the cop,
Then
"There's a
he's
boy."
still out there.
Yeah, ma'am, we didn't find no boy. Then he's still out there. And then like the most feel good, happy music.
Well,
ends
because
this
Zip pointed
movie.
out you were like this was supposed to be it, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And
yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
it
only
was
because
low
it made me.
budget. They never expected to make a sequel, you know. for
So they
sure.
did want us to feel for
So,
Jason Voorhees.
yeah.
But then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you made an exuberant amount of money.
Well, there are 5 or
Do it
6
again.
5 or
Yeah.
6 different people who worked on this movie who take credit for coming up with the idea of like mutated
It was me.
baby Jason. So somebody along the line was like, but that's a good shocker for the end. And actually, Sean Cunningham has admitted this, and it was so. Has anybody? You guys have seen Carrie?
Oh yeah. of course.
Assuming-
yeah. Oh,
there's
yeah.
like the
At the
My
sequence.
sister was named after the movie.
There's the sequence at the
weird-
end
the end where she
she
pulls-
comes out of the
yeah,
grave.
Yeah.
This is a direct, like
Rip-off.
they call it.
Homage.
They call it an homage. And Brian De Palma was actually quoted. He saw the movie.
They made a bunch of homages in this movie.
And he saw that, and he's like, Brian De Palma said, he's like, I liked it. I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I
Right.
liked it. But also, Brian De Palma's is like the one in Carrie is kind of directly taken from the end of Deliverance. So it's all just round and round and round.
Circle
So,
Yeah.
jerk.
yeah. This is
couldn't have
closer to
said it better.
Deliverance because it's the river and whatnot. But
Somebody had butt sex.
It's a lake.
It was Kevin Bacon.
Squeal like a pig.
Pig Bacon? Kevin Bacon?
And there
Yeah.
was also the banjo thingy with bacon and
Oh, and they were
Oh
listening
yeah,
to
they
that
were
crash
listening to the
country
banjo
music.
music. Yeah.
We go around and do recommendations.
Guess.
So-
Guess goes first.
Zip, do you recommend this movie?
I do.
All
I
right.
do.
Why do you recommend this movie?
Because I think that as a slasher film in the slasher genre, it's one of the best and has all of the elements that is needed for a slasher film. The casting was, it wasn't great, but you did get a few gems, like, Betsy Palmer. She had done acting before, seeing a young Kevin Bacon, before
And his dick.
Footloose even.
And we were making
Hey,
fun
that
of
was
Betsy
yours.
Palmer, but like her crazy
Yeah.
over the top performance sells this character.
Yeah.
It does.
It's very
It can
Anthony
definitely
Perkins,
rival,
right? Like
Nicolas Cage even. And crazy.
she's the male Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, or the female.
She's
Female.
the male Nicolas Cage.
I have been called the black Wayne Brady.
You know what I meant.
Yes, I definitely recommend this. I'm sad that I never got to because it was spoiled for me so early for me.
Well, it's spoiled for anyone who
Well,
wasn't born in
I was gonna
1980.
say
Exactly.
statute of limitations.
or born in
Exactly.
1960, I guess. 'cause
So
it's
Yeah.
I knew
1980.
everything because I had an older sister. I knew everything. I never actually. I was a Freddy girl. I've said it every time. I was always
Uh-huh.
a
So you
nightmare
like the
on Elm Street.
Chomos.
I was.
Well, he's not a child molester until
He
the
is.
reboot.
No, no,
They
no.
only say he's a child killer.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
they do
originals.
say they use a filthy
that's
child
fine.
murderer. That's what they say, a filthy child murderer in the first one.
I was
Yeah.
never
And
a
that's
Halloween
fine.
person. I was never Halloween. I was never Friday. It was Freddy was my nightmare. Is what it was. So, Jack.
Yeah, I recommend it. And then I'll just, Zip nailed it. It's like it's everything a slasher should be. I had seen it a long time ago. Love watching it now with the lens of appreciating these fucking
Yes.
beautiful, practical, inexpensive effects. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
inexpensive at the time. That's why you watch these movies, is because you want a good kill. I don't much care about the acting in these movies, and like it's fine. Like no one here makes me upset watching them. But yeah, it's what I wanted.
Yeah, and I recommend it. I like this movie. I think it looks pretty good. I mean, we were talking about the budget, the special effects, but you can have $8 and Tom Savini can make your movie look
I'm
great.
like, I
So-
think Tom Savini deserves another golf clap.
Yeah, I'll give him one.
Oh yeah, for sure. Although I hear he's a dick in real life, but
You'd have to be.
probably.
He's a beautiful
but
genius.
you know what? With
You
that
kind
much,
of have to be a dick
with
in
that much-
that.
he really has the right to be.
Yeah, I agree.
He's-
I agree.
He plays a character named Sex Machine.
Yeah,
So
Look, like there's a difference.
with
Like
a penis pistol.
when you hear about people being a dick, it's different than them being like an actual monster in Hollywood that did something that will be.
yeah, like he's rude.
he's rude.
okay, but did he rape
He's not. He's
someone?
not raping. He's not molesting anybody. He's just a dick to work with. Okay.
I've known a few people that have attended the Tom Savini school
What?
for special effects.
You
and,
work in the
like,
tattoo industry and you've met people like that?
yeah, dude. So anyway, they're artists too, but I've known them, and yeah, the couple of people that I've come across that I've actually met that went to his school said, yeah, he's a real dick, but he wasn't there most of the time. It was other people teaching them.
No, yeah,
That's-
it's like the Donald Trump School of Business.
well, it's better
Except
than that.
for you learn how to
At least this-
you
at least
learn
this
how to
dude-
do special effects at the
At least this dude's not bankrupt. Also, by the way, Savini for president, 2028.
Oh yeah, I'd do that.
Make America splurge again.
Make America
Spatter
gross
again.
again.
Make
Right.
America squelch again.
Are
But
you ready to draw?
So we're gonna draw the next movie. Zip
All
is
right,
gonna
I'm gonna-
draw it.
I'm gonna shake up the bag.
But the next Friday the 13th will be June of 2025. But
Yikes.
Zip is right now going to draw the next movie we
All
are
right,
going to discuss.
I got it in my hand.
Come on, Jason
Here we
X.
go. Part 2.
Part 2,
We
Friday
go
the
into
13th,
part 2.
2.
Man,
Damn.
that's the fucking burlap sack.
Baghead,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
All right,
Part
I'm
2.
actually very excited.
We are
to see
back to
this.
basics.
I love
Awesome.
it.
I think this will be the first time we've done 2 in a row that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right,
We went
so-
7-5-1-2.
Can I formally invite you to be on that
I'll
episode in a
be here.
year?
I'll be here, yeah.
Sounds
sure.
good. Yeah, we have some time.
Fan
we
fucking
got a
tastic.
few months, you know.
And of course, Zip, do you want to promote any of your stuff, your
Yeah,
Instagram,
or how
your
people
tattoos?
can find you.
Instagram at Zip Tattooist, or I have Instagram at Zip Painter. I also have another Instagram from my VHS collection. It's Rewound. I'm gonna have to look it up.
I know. I don't know my
I don't
Instagram.
hardly go
What's
on
the
there very
VH?
much.
What
It just
VHS?
shows up my VHS collection and like horror collection, shit like that. It's Rewound dot reanimated.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Alright.
that's my my VHS page and my horror page, and where I post
That'd be
all
a fun
things
follow.
fun like that.
I'm like,
You
if
know.
you're in Tucson,
I don't know that one, so I'm gonna
I
start
haven't.
following that.
I'm gonna warn you, I haven't posted on it in a few years. I think so. I definitely have some catching up to do, but yeah.
If you're in Tucson or visiting Tucson, hit you up on Zip_Tattooist
Yep,
and maybe get an
that's-
appointment.
Yep.
Yeah,
definitely.
get a
No,
sick
definitely
ass
get an
fucking
appointment.
tattoo.
Well, it
Don't
depends on
just
if he's
walk
already
in.
busy.
Yeah, well, I
Don't
mean,
just
He's a
walk
busy
in.
I
man.
could try. I'm
Yeah.
appointment
Well, you-
only. So.
Yes, you have to get an appointment. That's not what I meant. I meant
can't just
maybe
walk
you can
in.
get one.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah,
if he's
for
not
sure.
busy.
And especially if it's something that I want to do that's cool, like something horror
I
oriented.
was just gonna say, I feel like a horror tattoo is kind of right up your alley.
Oh yeah, for
I don't
sure.
have any horror tattoos, and you've done mine.
I have
so-
I have
Zip
one
is-
horror tattoo. It's a butterfly above my butt crack.
That is your horror tattoo.
It's an abomination, is what it is.
And yeah, Zip is very good.
It's made
with,
of hair.
like photorealistic sketch type of stuff.
I like doing black and gray portraits.
Yeah.
and
And I mean, I
stuff
have
like
I
that.
have 2 tattoos from him. Neither one of them are those, but that's because he's. I talked to him. The first one is just words. The second one is Calvin and Hobbes. But when I told him I wanted it to look like Bill Watterson did it, I was like, no offense to you.
No.
Like, I want you to do your art, but I want this to look like Bill Watterson. He's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
so
and that's the thing too, is a lot of artists nowadays that are in the tattoo industry are all about it themselves,
yeah,
and they want to do things that they like, and I do things all day, every day that I don't necessarily wouldn't do, in my own free time. I wouldn't draw it or whatnot, but
But you still do amazing
but I
work
still
on
do
it.
it because I'm not there for myself. I'm
Yeah.
there for the person that's
You're a
coming in through the
professional.
door, putting their faith into me.
I
that
have
I'm
a
gonna give them
realistic
something good.
panda
That's
on
good.
my
Yeah.
arm, and it's realism.
Yeah.
Like my panda's realism. You just
Yeah.
did a badass tattoo on my daughter's back that
Yeah.
is conchies with some like cherry blossoms and
Yeah, oh,
something
yeah.
else.
I
along-
remember.
along her
The,
spine.
the Nightmare Before Christmas tattoo
yeah.
that my
Yeah.
wife has, that was like freehand.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I
He
stenciled
took-
it.
It was stencil
I
kind
did
of.
stencil it.
But it wasn't
But
from.
you drew the stencil
Yeah,
because it was
yeah, for
not
sure.
it was not a scene from the movie. You
Right.
took your own adaptation and stenciled it
I got
and
lucky.
like threw zero in there. No,
Yeah.
it's phenomenal. I get compliments literally every day.
And then you went and burned it off with a pizza oven.
I did
How
not know.
dare
a pizza
you.
landed on my arm on 3 days ago, and I have second-degree burns along it. And
She was
I'm
trying to do some fucking.
I
like,
literally-
when the moon hits you. Oh,
I was crying. I was like, Zip is gonna be so fucking mad at me.
Why
And
would
you
I be
can-
mad at that?
You
It's
can
not like
ask
you did
him.
it on
I
purpose.
texted
Yeah.
him. I snapped him. I messaged him, and I was just like, "Don't be mad at me." I did it every way that I can get a hold of him, and just be like, "This is what just happened."
So next week's episode for our not in season will be our final Durka Classic Movies episode. And I said, fuck it, we're not doing something old and cheesy. I mean, it is old and cheesy, but it's awesome. We're going to be talking about Clash of the Titans from 1981
all right.
Yeah.
because
I
The
take
year
back my
I was
sigh.
born.
because we have not gotten yet to do a Ray Harryhausen movie. So I'm like, well, we're doing one. We're
We
doing
are going to
one,
make Ray
and if-
Harryhausen a household name.
Yeah, and if we're
Man.
doing one, I'm doing the
Somebody
peak.
needs to.
Right?
Because
Yeah.
that man revolutionized.
I mean,
fucking
he's a
claymation.
household name in my house.
Yeah, and
from
mine
me.
too. Yeah, for me.
My cat knows
My
it.
wife doesn't know who the fuck he is.
And
I
you've been
know who
married
he
how
is.
long?
Oh yeah, exactly. You know,
Jesus.
at some point, you know, she just, you know, we go our separate ways. There are things, you know, that she likes that I'm just like, what?
Oh, I get that.
Oh, I don't
My
know
wife
that at
watches a
all.
lot of
Yeah.
stupid shit starring teenagers.
My husband watches a lot of stupid shit starring flies.
That was an awesome
Lucky.
movie. And then we have our Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople. It's only $3 a month. You get your extra episode every month. And we're going to have more stuff coming for you guys in the future. But this month's Patreon exclusive episode to celebrate Christmas will be the best recent Christmas movie.
Violent Night.
Oh, and Jack fought us on watching this movie.
Yeah, I love
he,
it now.
He didn't watch it for a whole year. And then the Christmas rolled around. He's like, yeah, fuck it. I'll give it a shot. Oh, this movie's awesome.
This
Yeah,
movie's
I love
amazing.
I am Violent Night.
Have you seen it?
What's not to like? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a really weird thing with Christmas where it's very reverent for me. Not religiously, just like all right, the speech at the end of Scrooge where Bill Murray's like really manic and he's like, and you can have it and no miracle can happen to you. That is like my December 1st through the 25th
It's the
where
only time he's blissful.
I'm kind of human. That blissful's a titch too much. I'm human. And then after that, sorry guys, it's me again.
I'm never sorry. I love it.
So that'll be it for this week. We have to, of course, thank first Evasion for our opening and closing music because those guys are great and they gave it to us for
Always.
free. I've been Derek.
Oh, I want to thank Zip for coming out.
I thought
But-
I did.
And who
No,
are
you
you?
didn't.
He let me plug myself.
Okay.
That's also
Hold
on the
Can we
OnlyFans.
rewind? And I'm his wife.
I'm plugging myself and I'm Jack.
And I'm Zip.
Good night.
They're magically delicious.